What up, Chad? It's your boy Power XL. I hope you're ready for a good time. Let's get in it. They are not ready, dog. Gen Z does not want war, and it will not work on them. Let's see what the matter really is. Let's dive deeper and see what's really going on here. If the facts are the facts, let's see what the hell's
Gen Z.
You know, they say every
down.
couple of generations, one generation is bound to experience the most life-changing events in history.
Definitely
And so far,
millennials.
it's looking like
Right?
Gen Z is fitting the boot. Okay, maybe.
No.
Yeah.
No. You don't remember September 11th. I do.
True.
I do. We had September 11th. We had Y2K. We had the internet. There was the president getting his dick sucked. That was a pretty big deal. The Berlin Wall fell in 1989. No. Don't even say that.
That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but can you blame me after all the things we've had? Most of us were
Yeah.
born around the time or after one of the most devastating terror attacks in modern times
watched it.
happened. We saw our parents trying to keep their sanity during the 2008 financial crisis.
Yep.
As soon as we stepped out into the real world as adults, everything decided to shut down because of COVID in 2020. We've been having drills
That
since
is-
we were 5
Okay,
at school.
all right. I give it to him. Gen Z did get cooked by COVID. Y'all did get cooked by COVID,
Bro.
and
Instantly
like
cooked.
millennials, like we
Right off the rip.
I'm fucking 34, right? And so I had already been out doing shit with people for 10 years before COVID, right? And so they did get spawn camped on COVID.
In case a lunatic comes in and mows the whole school down. And now to add the cherry on top, we may be running back to draft and being put on the warfield. Excuse me, I meant you guys may be running
Yeah,
back to
not
draft and
me.
on the warfield. I just found out I'm highly on the spectrum, so unfortunately that means I can't qualify.
Be
But
transsexual.
good luck, future soldiers. I'll give y'all each a high five and you can have fun on the battlefield. It's crazy how Gen Z is kind of running back what millennials
kinda
had.
dying.
Because millennials had a war growing up with a terrible economy
We did.
and had to worry about if they could even afford a house.
Yep.
But man, at least they had good music coming out. What the do we
Right.
have for these turmoil?
Dude, I remember me and Cody and Jeff listening to this song. Oh my God. Listen to this song driving around Riverside in Austin.
Times, Lil Babu. I don't think I really have to explain too much what's going on. If you don't keep up with the news, you've probably seen the memes already about hitting 360 no scopes on the battlefield. But the United States of America officially got
Bro.
involved with the Israel and Iran conflict
did.
and decided to drop 3 bombs on what they say is their nuclear sites. But of course,
He got that
That-
wrong, but I mean,
That's
at the
not
end of the day,
3
it doesn't really
bombs.
matter,
It
but
was
yeah.
fucking.
it's just a theory.
I thought it was
Game theory.
12.
I'm sorry. I feel like I need to
Yeah.
take these matters more serious. Now, I'm not going to say
Bruh.
too much of my personal opinion on it and break this down
doesn't
like it's
matter.
a 5-hour
Yeah.
political podcast. I usually say and talk about things more on stream, so definitely go follow me on there in the second
Yeah.
channel. But it's not surprising that everyone is scared online and doesn't know what's going to happen. You know, in the past, you usually didn't have a president tweeting that they bombed a country, then posting a
And then congratulating themselves and asking for a Nobel Peace Prize all within 24 hours.
low PNG photo of the American
Yo,
flag
yeah,
right
that's
after. This
right.
is definitely the
Actually the
worst time to
best.
be the ripe age of 18 to 25 because we going first if the draft happens.
I
Unfortunately,
think it's the opposite. I think Trump is so fucking crazy that there's no way somebody would want to start a war with him. He's so unpredictable and so crazy, nobody wants to fuck with him. Because they don't know what he's going to do.
high school class of 2025, you only got a couple of seconds of freedom.
Like, I would not fuck with
I've
him
been
at
thinking
all.
to myself for a while, in a hypothetical,
Yeah.
unlikely scenario of them actually doing a draft, the government
It's like,
doesn't
do you ever, like, you think about it like this. If there's ever a crazy person that's having a situation, you always want to act like that you don't even see them. That's what they do. This is
Just
the wrong
ignore
kind of
that
dice.
shit.
These aren't casino dice. Usually the 1 should be on the opposite side of the 6. These dice are messed
Bro,
up.
you're right. They're loaded.
You guys see that? These are Timu dice, yeah. Like, I taught myself how to drop dice whenever I was in high school. And so, like, I know how I know how to do it, right? Yeah, it's
realize
Idiot.
that
It would not
Yeah,
work
bro.
with Gen Z.
Gen Z has got to be the worst
sides are 7. Yeah,
generation
both
for
sides
them
equal
to
7.
try and get on the war train with them. And this isn't even mentioning about all the femboys and furries we got. Not even talking about how half of us are either morbidly
Nah, this shit's fake. This shit's fake. He'd be rolling.
obese
Now,
or
if this
quick.
was downhill, he would be winning.
One of the main reasons I think war wouldn't work with Gen Z is because the propaganda age of America is officially dead. And not just America.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And I think that, like, I see what he's saying. I get what he's saying. But at the same time, to say that the propaganda age is dead, has it ever occurred to you that maybe the propaganda age is so good now that you don't realize that you're in it?
Any
don't
country
even
that has
realize
some
it.
form of free press is absolutely cooked. The reason why people back then were so patriotic and would do anything to be in the army in war times, you had kids who were in high school lying about their age so they could serve in the army, was because so many people trusted what the politicians said and how the media said things. Politicians were treated as saintly figures that would never do
He a young guy. I get it, right? I get it.
True.
This is my take. Like, I'm probably about like 10 years older than him. I don't think that's really true. I can see why he thinks that, because like I think that a lot of guys my age probably have a romanticized viewpoint of politics from before we were like really adults. But the reality is that this has always been the case.
He's
And
talking
I
to
think,
the
honestly,
boomers
the real
before
reason
us.
why a lot of guys went to war after 9/11 is because we got attacked, right? We got attacked, and it was from an ideology that was so diametrically opposed to America that it was able to mobilize the entire country. Like the entire country after 9/11 turned into Helldivers 2. It turned into Super Earth. It was insane to see it happen.
bad for the American people, because why would they? They sit on podiums and do cool speeches about us fighting for our democracy and freedom. And now we look back at
Right?
certain conflicts America got in. And
Yeah,
real-
you've got to keep in mind that like my dad talked to me about this a little bit, because the fact is that like Ronald Reagan was also seen as a joke whenever he first ran for president, because he was also a former actor. And so people didn't take
Really?
him seriously either.
realized that there was no
Makes
point in us
sense.
being there.
Hyper
Like,
simplistic view from this guy? It's not simplistic. He's a young guy. He's giving his perspective. I'm giving my perspective as an older guy, and there's no hate at all. Like that. This is the way that he sees things.
You're
There's
right.
nothing wrong with this at all.
almost nobody
way it
nowadays
goes.
thinks the
Just listen to it.
Vietnam War was something America needed to get involved in. And it's crazy. The number one
Well, they did at the beginning because of the Gulf of Tonkin, which was turned out to be a false flag, and that's never happened before. And anyway, there was that, and I think that there was one other thing that happened as well. But the real turning point, according to my dad, who my dad was in the Vietnam War, is that he said that like the big turning point was like Walter Cronkite, basically saying like, what the fuck are we doing in the war? I've always had the viewpoint, like I think a millennial like version of his take on politicians is that the media used to be unbiased. I don't think that the media was ever unbiased. I just think that now with the internet, we have the tools to triangulate the lies.
superpower for military and all things. Lost to that were setting up Looney Tune ad traps in the ground.
Yeah, they had those. Yeah, my dad told me about this. He see people fall in these.
Oh shit!
Yep. They call them like punji pits or something like that. Oh, bear trap.
Bro.
Also, the Iraq War is universally seen as a dumb war that shouldn't have happened by people
was.
now. Like, even Trump and
Yeah.
Obama agree on that. That's
Yeah.
probably the only thing they agree on. The
Well, it
reasons
was
why
hindsight, and also the Iraq War was just funded. This is, I think that the Iraq War, like everything after the initial response to September 11th, was the military-industrial complex at peak performance. Like, there's a reason why Metal Gear Solid got so popular after that.
these
Yeah.
worked though is
Twitch?
because it was so much easier to push propaganda in the past. Like in the Vietnam War,
I'm
they
a
were
real
playing
big
TV.
fan of Hassan. If you
How
guys
did that happen? Okay.
What
Anyway, I
the
don't know what that was. I
fuck?
was like, wait, where's Nick? Okay. Anyway.
so much easier to push propaganda in the past. Like in the
I
Vietnam.
don't. I completely disagree with this, and I think that like my opinion is that this is the same viewpoint that I think that a lot of us had whenever we first got on the internet and we first like became adults. We were like, okay, propaganda's over now. But the reality is that propaganda has changed. And I think the best example that you can use for
always
a lot of
changing.
millennials is the kid joking. No, he's just giving his opinion on it. There's nothing wrong with that. Is like, remember what happened after Occupy Wall Street? I think Occupy Wall Street was the last genuine grassroots campaign against genuine oligarchy in America. And right after Occupy Wall Street is when all of the identity politics got turned up to 11. And I think the reason why is because I think this was a top-down directive. And this makes me sound maybe like a conspiracy theorist, but I think that it's true. I think it was a top-down directive that was done intentionally in order to keep people distracted from, you know, again, like these people, they don't care if you're white or black or anything, or a woman or anything like that. These are people that are like living in luxury private planes. They view all of you as just like second-class citizens. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. Everybody is like that to them. So yeah, that's it. And tone policing, yeah,
Slave
exactly.
class.
And so that's what I think. And I think that's the most noteworthy tonal shift that's happened. And I think another great example of modern propaganda is COVID. I think the way COVID was handled is probably the best
COVID
example
was
that
fucked.
propaganda is in full swing.
Yeah,
and propaganda
exactly.
will always be effective. The reason why propaganda will always be effective is because people want to believe what they agree with. So you're working against a person's biases, which are almost impossible to overcome.
War, they were playing TV ads saying this was all about freedom and nothing else.
Yeah.
Taking ads out the newspaper saying the only way to be a man is by getting drafted to war. And
Yeah.
at the time before social media, everyone basically believed it because that's
Well,
all.
no, that's not true. That was what they thought in Sparta. That's what they thought in Greece. That's what they thought in the Ottoman Empire, probably. I don't know enough about them to be sure about that. That's what they thought in probably ancient China. That's what they thought in feudal Japan, like in Rome. Like this is like the entire idea of a men's initiation ritual being somewhat violent and sometimes combat oriented is something that is a tale as old as time. Men's violent men initiation rituals and combat being a rite of passage of being a man. I mean, Genghis Khan. Yeah, and by the way, that's still the case now.
That was shown. There wasn't anyone with major platforms that would go against it because they would get censored.
kind of
and everyone
agree, I
watched
mean,
media
why not?
through a few news channels, which would all.
This is, I think this is his opinion because he grew up with this. He probably saw a lot of people forget this, but there was a lot of pro-conservative censorship during the Iraq War and after September 11th for anyone who was questioning the way that we were responding to September 11th.
Oh
And
shit!
so
Just
maybe
got
he remembers
silenced.
a little bit of that. Like he seems maybe a bit too young to, but maybe he does. And so I think that's also another reason too. But like it was in the past now, so people usually forget about it. Big time? Oh yeah, yeah.
It
all
wasn't
say
even
the
on
same
the
thing.
internet,
During the
bruh.
Iraq War, though, that's when you first started seeing people actually start speaking up about things.
Yes.
Saying, hey, maybe going into a country and murdering innocent civilians and committing war crimes isn't a good thing. Just maybe.
That
But
wasn't the reason why people were mad. The reason why they were mad is because, I mean, we helped Saddam Hussein. Like, we worked with him in some cases. So, like, I remember, like, Saddam Hussein was almost surprised that we attacked him. Also, Saddam Hussein, any war crime that, Saddam Hussein had a mustache the way he did as a way of honoring Stalin, right? I mean, the dude was fucking insane. Like, if you think anything that the U.S. does, at least officially, is bad, you should look at what Saddam Hussein did. That dude was nuts. Like, he was an Old Testament kind of guy, okay?
the
Oh
media
boy.
was still in its baby phases at the time it was
Yeah.
going on, so there was still a lot of enthusiasm for it. But now with Gen Z, we grew up in the most free era of social media. No one would go because everyone would know it would be another lie that the government is doing. And the military's numbers have already been dropping more than ever. People have been making fun of it.
This was true, but it's not true anymore. Now, during Biden,
That is kinda
military
true.
enlistment was extremely low. but
Yeah.
now it's actually gone up massively. It turns out that when you make the leader of the military a guy that works out, that is, you know, in shape, and that has tattoos of the Crusades on his arms, military enlistment goes up. I
Yep.
wonder why. Well, maybe because whenever they were wearing the shirts with the fucking Crusades on them back 1,500 years ago, wherever the fuck it was, they were doing that then too. Yeah, how weird, right? Again, like the military service is very much a masculine thing. Obviously, women participate in the
God
military
we
and they can be
trust.
valuable parts of the military.
Hoorah.
But it is primarily a masculine role. And so when you have masculine role models, and I think that Trump and, you know, Pete Hegseth, et cetera, and that whole group is much more masculine coded than Biden and Kamala Harris. Absolutely, it's not even a question. So yeah, it's our sport. Yeah, women shouldn't go to war. I think women can play a great role. My grandmother was a nurse in World War II, and that's how she met my grandfather, who was a pilot in World War II. So I disagree with that. I think women can play a role in war, but that role isn't on the front lines.
Because they be trying to recruit soldiers anywhere they can now. They've been seen at anime cons. They got whole Twitch channels now. They even got them at NBA games now. I'm not gonna lie, if I'm watching my Glory's King LeBron putting up 40 points and a military sergeant comes up to me like, "Hey son, this game sure is great, right? Have you ever thought of the game of
Well, this is all... No. You want to know where they're really recruiting at?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Working class high schools.
Yup.
How many of y'all had the Marines there,
Fact.
and they had the pull-up bar, and they were like, "Son, do you think you can do 10 pull-ups?"
Wanted to hype you up.
Yep.
for your country?"
I remember me and Cody did it for sure.
Got my face, bro.
They got so many people.
That's the main way.
When we were rightfully defending ourselves from evil. The
Yeah.
U.S. government has lost so much trust in the public.
This
no
is
one
a
would-
great point that he's bringing up, and I think he's completely right about this. And I think this speech
Let
is
him
probably
cook.
one of the most mask-off moments for people to realize how much the American government is bought and paid for by foreign interests, and in this case, primarily Israel. These people were standing and clapping more than a seal at SeaWorld. It was embarrassing.
believe them. I don't know a single man I've asked in Gen Z that said they would actually go if they got drafted. Most would rather just take.
Yeah, that's what they say. But then after they go to jail for not going to the draft, do you really think that they just wouldn't go? Like, you don't get a choice.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing. I think it's a lot of
They
young
just
people
wouldn't
believe
show
this.
up.
Do you really think that you're the first generation to ever not want to go to a war?
Enough people
Come
say
on.
no. What are you gonna do? Put the
prison
whole
time or
world in
fine,
jail?
then go. And looking at it in the long run, it's not even that bad. It's 5 years in prison max if you don't go. So it's either you get 5 years max in prison for not going and stay alive, or go and potentially get obliterated on the battlefield by a missile straight to the head. Hey man, I don't know about y'all, but I'm throwing a party in that prison for every day we not in the war field. I got a friend that served in the military for a couple of years,
Yep.
and even he said nowadays he'd rather take the prison time. Also, the younger generation has
Damn.
realized we don't want to fight a war because of a politics.
I had a friend who was injured in the military for something that was completely unnecessary, and now he's a disabled vet. And so I think that
Fuck.
this viewpoint and this sentiment's very accurate.
Yeah, because they realize they don't give a
issues
fuck
beef.
about
Like,
it.
why don't y'all fight it yourselves?
You're just
Why
a
I gotta
number.
grab the military equipment while you sit on a plane watching from
Mm-hmm.
above drinking champagne. They should host a boxing match every year for world leaders, and whoever wins, their country gets the most benefits for that year. Looking at our leader for now, though.
Who would win that? Maybe Joseph Kony. Oh my God. It'd be Kony 2028.
Yeah, we might be losing for the next couple of years if that happens. Also, growing up in this
Yeah.
age, we've gotten
Putin?
exposed to how
Actually, you're probably
badly
right.
these war
I think
injuries
Putin.
Yeah,
that
you're
was
right.
actually
This
my
might be
thought.
the sole reason Gen Z would never join.
He knows
in. There's always a
jujitsu.
chance you could end up with one of those.
Yeah.
People in war lose body parts I didn't even know was possible to lose. The day I'm at war and they try to obliterate my meat, the whole place is getting torn down. They should have tried to stop those images from coming out, because who the hell would want to potentially get involved in a war after seeing pictures like that? And it's crazy because
I think you really would be surprised at how fast people can publicly turn and be warlike. It was really surprising. So, like, a great example of this is Pearl Harbor. And this is, again, me speaking from secondhand. Because, you know, I'm telling you what my dad told me that, like, you know, his grandfather told him about it and everything, is that
Damn.
it's actually incredibly easy to manufacture consent from the public to go into a war. It is. And the moment that you think that it's not easy is the moment that you are now susceptible to it becoming even easier.
Could happen at any moment to you on the warfield. One day you're chilling in
You'll
the
never
freezing
know.
weather of Iraq in
I don't know why he did
115
it.
degree
I don't know
weather.
why
You're
Bush
vibing,
did it
then
either.
you look to the right and see a man with 20 cc's of C4 strapped to his chest running to you at Usain Bolt speed. And now you end
Yeah.
up looking like Two-Face back at home.
Oh.
I'm not sitting here and saying all of America's wars were unjustified though. Like, I always appreciate the veterans out there who fought, because most of the time, even if the war ended up being unjustified, a lot joined to fight for justified reasons and what
I
they
think
were.
that's a W opinion. Is that, like, I respect veterans, but I don't always respect the reasons they're veterans, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not a big fan of you know, the Iraq War, but if some guy's an Iraq veteran, you know, respect for that.
Told and then
Right.
felt bad when
He
they
had to
realized
do what
it
he
was
had
a
to
lie.
do.
And also for World War II, America was justified in a lot. Like, let's be real, mainly making sure Adolf didn't end up owning
Can't
the
be a
world. But like I
deserter.
said,
Well, keep in mind, so Adolf Hitler actually had a tremendous amount of support from people in America. It was a massive amount. And in fact, if you look at JFK, for example, JFK, the president, said positive things about Hitler. So Hitler being seen as a universal evil in America is actually not true. Henry Ford, historically, I think is probably another great example of that too.
Bro, pull up Hitler's speech, AI generated, and you'll see that he's like, oh, we're like loving. Dude, it's crazy what he's actually saying. Like, you think he's saying some crazy shit because it's in German? His speech is, his famous speech is so wholeheartedly good, and it's just crazy how people would think he was the bad guy half the time. Like, were we lied to? Like, the shit you actually hear him say, crazy.
And you know, you had other people, the painter. Yes, really, yeah. And obviously, I'm oversimplifying this, so like a couple of details might be a little bit off. But basically, after World War I, America had a very strong isolationist policy. It's kind of similar to how we are now, because we were fatigued from World War I, because so many people came back from, at least at that time, it's PTSD now, but back then it was shell shock. And so we had a very, very isolationist perspective in America, and it didn't really change until Pearl Harbor happened. And again, like, I think that Pearl Harbor was a surprise attack on America, because
Yeah.
Japanese, what do you call it? Officials, not officials, dignitaries. I don't know if that's the correct word or not. We're going to meet with FDR. You know, that was the president at the time, and he didn't meet with them because I don't know entirely about this, but my understanding is that a sneak attack would have galvanized the American public in order to engage in World War II, because the government thought that, you know, like, Hitler was an imposing, and ambassadors. That's the correct word that I was using. Not really a surprise. Yeah. But like, that's it. FDR wanted to enter the war, because you have to keep in mind, the war started, World War I started in 1939, and America joined the war in 1941. The invasion of Normandy, I think, was in 1944. So in a lot of cases, like, Hitler owned gold himself by trying to go into Russia in the winter, trying to fight a war on two fronts, etc. And so America played a very big role in World War II. But to say that Americans all wanted to be involved in World War II, I don't think that's really true, based off of what my historical understanding is.
Yeah.
We're isolationists before World War I. World War I justified our isolationism. North America has no need to interact with the world due to our resources. Yeah, well, yeah, I understand that. But but like I'm saying, after World War I, we were also very isolationist. Yeah, sure. And so let's see here. What part of this? Stop talking about stuff you don't know nothing about. What do I not know? Yeah, what do I not know? Is there a point like any information about this that I'm getting wrong? Because if I'm getting something wrong, let me know. We'll see what happens. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time with this, so just try and type something out, or like let's move on. Let him cook. Yeah, this is taking too long. I'm just gonna ban him. Anyway, so yeah, there's nothing. You're not gonna say anything. You don't even know what you're talking about. And so anyway, changing history facts now. Yeah, and also keep in mind you can look any of this stuff up and verify it for yourself. But yeah, and also like for example, this is again something that like I might be getting slightly wrong, but one of the most commonly spoken languages in at least Texas back in the day was actually German. And America actually did certain things in order to pretend like that wasn't the case, because they didn't want it to seem like there was a large contingency of people that were supporters of Nazis here.
Damn.
I think it's true. Yeah. So there's a lot of context to this that, again, my dad's older, and so like he grew up in this, so he knew a lot about it, and he told me a lot about it.
Damn.
No matter how.
And also, like, there's a lot of cultural zeitgeist
I did
that's
not
lost
know
in
that.
translation whenever you look at history through Wikipedia, and it's more important to listen to what people say and then corroborate different stories.
Justified a conflict may be, the trust is gone from the public. It'll take a real hard campaign to have the youth agree the government is totally not lying in what they're saying. And the
Super
president
easy.
we have now
Super
is
easy.
totally not a liar, right?
One thing I can promise you this. I will always tell you the truth.
He don't even believe that himself. Do you see his face? He was probably holding back a laugh so hard in his mind. That's the thing that's most important.
Well,
in
they
a
all
war.
say that.
Having a person that the younger generation wholeheartedly trusts. It's a reason why a lot of dictatorships completely ban social media. Because they can fully propaganda the younger generation to look up to the leader, and they're all gonna believe in them. Even having
That's true. He's right about that.
someone that they trust is hard, but having someone that the younger generation doesn't trust, yeah, it's gonna be damn near impossible for the government to try to get us on the war train with that. No matter
It's so easy. It's so easy. And I think that by thinking that it's so hard, you let your guard down.
your view on Trump, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that most of Gen Z does not have a good view on him. You take a room of 10 of us, and I would say at least 8 people are gonna say they don't like him. And look, like
Not anymore. I actually think that a lot of younger people are becoming more conservative more quickly. And at least that's what trends show.
I've said in the past, I'm not even one of those that's a Trump hater 24/7 and
sure.
spends all day writing hate articles on him. But if you truly think the younger generation would fully be behind him declaring a war on another country, you're delusional. Bro, we just had a protest around the whole country against what he's doing. And because he's commander...
No, it's a very small amount of people. Trump also won the popular vote. I think that a lot of people like this and a lot of things like this, and consuming mainstream media creates a very one-dimensional perspective. Is that if there were really that many people who were against what Trump was doing, he wouldn't have won the general election and won the popular vote. Trump, I think, has gotten more popular over time. Like, he's been building up momentum ever since 2015. Like, he's more popular now than he was whenever he was first president.
in chief and can set whatever war policies he wants, I would not trust what the this would implement. Like, what if he implements a policy where if your meat is smallest, you got to be the first to go because you probably can't repopulate the population after it drops from all the casualties? All of us would
That'd be good. They get rid of all the women, right? That'd be it.
be
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I can trust the man leading the war that says this on stage.
Because they asked me what I'd do, and I said, I'm gonna bomb the out of them.
Imagine he forgot there was a couple of soldiers on the
I'm
front
gonna
row and
bomb
threw
the
one right in the middle of
shit out of him. Yo, he is off the
the
cuff.
fight. Also, when
I gotta say that. What do you think Genghis Khan said?
Bro.
Really? What do you think that Saladin said? What do you think that fucking Harry Truman said? Well, he said it twice, actually, in that circumstance. Yeah. the entire time, all of this, what do you think Caesar said? Yeah, every single time. Alexander, yes.
Another reason why the younger generation wouldn't be motivated to join in is because we really got nothing to look forward to and have no hope for an American dream. Our economy's still from COVID and inflation is still going on. No one can get
It's
a job.
not fucked from COVID. It's fucked because companies exploited COVID. They use COVID as an excuse. It's not a reason.
On the mainland already, and most
Yeah.
of Gen Z ain't gonna get a house in their lifetime. At
That's
least
true.
back then, when you fought a war, you had those things to look forward to. You came back and could work a shift as a cashier and buy a house in 2 years. Nowadays,
Yeah, exactly. I think this is also a sentiment with older people too, and like older people also like have to deal with like student loan debt too also. And I think this is a very good point, is that the social contract that is made between a young person in a society and society itself has been violated and it's been broken. And I think a good example of that is that go to school, work hard, go to college, you're going to get a good job, you can afford a house, and you can have a good life. That social contract has been broken in America. That started, I think that it began in 2008. And also, like, the divergence really began in, like, the 1975, 1980 period. That's whenever you really saw productivity and labor, like, the wages that you got for your labor. That's whenever you really saw the divergence. But now, obviously, it's become much more pronounced. Be law-abiding, hardworking citizen, the government will have your back, used to be the message. Yeah, exactly. And now it doesn't. So he's right about that for sure.
instead of that, you're gonna come back and have no work available to you, probably still be living with your parents. All the femcells on Twitter and TikTok are gonna be laughing at the men dying on the warfield. And don't count on the government to help you either after. It's so sad to me that there's people out there that served the country and helped keep it alive, only for them to end up homeless with no help from the government. In what world should homeless veterans even be a thing, bro? We spend $880 billion on the military a year. Everyone who served in war should be eating good and kicking back for the rest of their lives. They did something.
What the fuck's up with
totally
that?
agree, by the way, and I think this is what, like, this is why I think people get so angry about, like, aid to migrants and aid to other countries when we don't have
our military
like,
is
veterans in our
fucked.
country. Like,
Yeah.
I'll tell you that, like, obviously I have a lot of friends that are veterans, and like, I mean, my dad, the only reason my dad wants to go to the VA in order to get disability is so he can fuck the VA out of money. He doesn't need the money. He would only do it out of the principle.
None of
That's
us
it.
wanted to do, and the politicians, and then got the end of the stick. If I was them, I would take back all of my service and stay my ass on the mainland. The government has tried to right those wrongs and make
And also,
better.
I think that I'm surprised he's not bringing this up because he's a younger guy, so he's probably more in tune with this. But another really big reason why young people join the military is because of the GI Bill. Like, my dad used the GI Bill to go to college. I had a number of friends that went to war, or they joined the military. And this was during the Iraq War, and then, the following, just, indefinite length war on terror. And that's, by the way, that's the reason why they would go to those working class high schools, because those working class high schools were the places where the people couldn't afford to go to school. So if you weren't in top 10%, if your family didn't have a lot of money, if you couldn't apply for a scholarship, you would be able to go into there. And so you had a lot of people that did it for that reason too. College is now a scam. Yeah, and you can see how there's a confluence of instances that are coming together as a way out. Yeah, and there's also, like, for example, like, we always think about the military as, like, shooting a gun and, like, killing terrorists or something. But there's also people who are in the military that are medics or they're mechanics. And those skills are translatable. Like, I had a friend who, like, one of his other jobs, he was infantry, he's a Marine, obviously. But, so of course he, like, saw a bit of combat, etc. Very, very minimal amount, but he did see some. But he was primarily a mechanic, and he got out of school, he got out of the military, and now he's a mechanic professionally.
benefits for people, but you still end up with people who got left behind and have nothing after. The only reason why I would even join, to be honest, is the benefits. I just have to sit there and pray that a war doesn't actually happen. Because for real, I'd only want the free insurance and vacations. The war field is a different conversation. I'm gonna have to take my prison time for that game. Anyways, that's gonna be it. For anyone in Gen Z that's actually worried about a draft in war, I'm gonna let you know right now, there's about a 95% chance no draft happens. Like, first
I think there is a nothing ever happens argument, but I don't think nothing ever happens because of young people not being willing to go to war. I think it's just simply because there's not really a reason, like with the amount of technology and tools like and resources that we have now, going to war with like troops on the ground, I think that's going to be seen in the same way that the cavalry was seen in World War I, as antiquated, vestigial, and just simply not useful anymore and not effective.
Off half of our paycheck, if you live in the United States, goes to the military. We spend $880 billion a year on the military, and Iran spends a whopping $10 billion. Their whole military operation would get wiped in like 2 nanoseconds if they actually tried to attack civilians. They would learn
exactly. Exactly. Like, that's why I never bought the entire idea of, oh, it takes 20 years to replace the Taliban with the Taliban. No, it takes 20 years for you to make $1 billion.
The true reason why we don't have free healthcare. The last thing they'd ever want to do is let all politicians put their political beliefs aside and let Congress come together and let Trump do whatever the he'd want to do in a war.
That's
it wouldn't
right.
matter if their allies got involved, which I don't
No,
think
Trump will always do whatever the fuck he wants to in a war. Obama did it and Bush did it too. There's no precedent that prevents him from doing that. And certain things, I believe in the Patriot Act specifically, I could be wrong about this, so don't quote me on it, expand a president's wartime like capabilities and the way that a president is able to react to things without even having it be a war. Like recently, for example, like a president can respond directly to a imminent threat on the United States with military action without needing to consult Congress at all. And if it's ongoing for more than, I think it's 60 or 90 days, maybe 30 days, then he has to get it approved by Congress. But there's ways around that. Just ask Obama. Yeah, War Powers Act, yeah.
They would have so much.
Yeah, I think he's cooking.
Iran, like, it wouldn't be worth it. Also, they wouldn't do it because I'm here. They know I don't play when I say leave us alone. Anyways, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Really?
As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
I think it's really interesting to hear a perspective of a younger guy about this, because I think that, like, his perspective in a lot of cases, like, I don't agree with a lot of the things that he's saying in this video. But I think that Trump's live. Okay, give me a second. That's good fucking timing. All right. Well, anyway, I did like the video, and I want to.
That's pretty crazy.
President Trump participates in one big, beautiful event.
Thank you very much.
He's live, brother.
Thank you all for being here to support one of the most important pieces of legislation in the history of our country.
What?
And that's
Are they going to ban
saying
furries?
that. Virtually everybody. The one big, beautiful bill to secure our borders, turbocharge our economy.
Wait, he's just
and bring back the American dream. That's what's happening too.
He's just going to do it?
Met with tremendous approval and reception.
Oh.
And when we were thinking about doing it, we were going to break it down into 3, 4, 5, 6, or even 7 bills.
That's a lot.
And I said, let's make it one big, beautiful bill, Mike, right?
Yeah? Great.
They actually said it would be very much harder to get this way, but it would be better. And the truth is, I think it worked out well because there's something for everybody, and I think in many ways much better. We're delighted to be joined by Secretaries Marco Rubio, Scott Bessent, Pete Hegseth, Doug Burgum, Doug Collins, Sean Duffy, Howard Lutnick, Linda McMahon, Brooke Rollins, Scott Turner, Chris Wright. Wow, that's a hell of a group. I think that's the biggest group of cabinet members.
Yeah?
That's the biggest group
Let's
of
cut that
cabinet.
in
And
half.
we're not finished yet because we have our great Attorney General Pam Bondi here,
So what do I have everybody
Less
here
government.
U.S. trade representative, and he's working around 24 hours. We have them one after another. Countries come. Everybody wants to be with us because we have the hottest country in the world. A year ago, we had the
What about
we
like
had
Africa?
a disaster on our hand. We had the coldest country.
Like that
I
shit's
think,
hot
by
as
far.
fuck.
And now we have the hottest. The King of Saudi Arabia. When I was there, we
Ooh.
brought back 5.1 trillion between Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and UAE.
Damn.
And all three said, great leaders, they all said to me the same thing.
What'd they say?
You know, it's amazing. In 4 months at that time, now it's getting to be close to 6. But in 4 months, they said, you have the hottest country anywhere in the world. It's not
Damn.
even close.
It's
And
the
they thought we were dead a
hottest,
year
boy.
before that. They said, I thought you were dead. The country was dead.
You never even
And it
had
was
a
pretty
pulse.
close to it. But we have the hottest country in
was
the
pretty
world, so
close
it's
to
great.
it? What do you mean by
and
that?
Trade Representative
We almost
Jameson
died.
Greer is very busy
Yeah.
because, where are you, Jameson? Everybody wants to make a deal and have
Africa's
a part
not
of
a
it,
country.
right? I know. You and Howard and Scott are
Oh.
working overtime.
Well, Europe then.
Making deals with other countries. Remember a few months ago, the press was saying, do you really have anybody of any interest? Well, we just signed with China yesterday, right? Just signed with China. We have
Well, that's nice.
everybody. We're not going to make deals with everybody. Some we're just going to send them a letter, say, thank you very much. You're going to pay 25, 35, 45%. That's the easy way to do it. And my people don't want to do it that way. They want to do some of it, but they want to make more deals than I would do. But we're having some great deals. We have one coming up, maybe with India, very big one.
What about
we're
with
going to open
Iran?
up India. In the China deal, we're starting to open up China, things that never really could have happened. And the relationship with every country has been very good. And we also have OMB director who's very busy also, Russ Vogt. Thank you. Thank you, Russ. And also, I want to give a very special thank you. This is a hell of a group we have here. This is amazing, the quality of people. But actually, I
Uh-oh.
like
Guys,
these people and most
I
of
don't
those
see a
people much better
teleprompter
than the
anywhere.
people I just named. Okay.
Guys, I don't see a teleprompter.
But a very special
I think
thanks
this
as
is
well
just
to
gonna keep
Speaker
going,
Mike
brother.
Johnson, who's great, legendary guy.
Mike
He's gonna go down as a
Oh,
legend.
shit.
It's done.
Uh-oh.
A great friend of mine, a fantastic senator, Roger Marshall, wherever you may be. Roger, thank you. Thank you.
They're going to
Very
have
good.
to
Thank
stand
you.
there for an hour.
Bro, no doubt.
Bernie Marino, great win Bernie had in Ohio. Bernie.
Oh,
Great
Big
win.
Burn.
That was a tough race. They said that was not winnable, and he won by about 5 points, so that was pretty good. So much for not winnable. Mike Lee is here. Mike, hi, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
So much for that.
Bro, he's
Tim
doing.
Sheehy,
He's
another
giving more.
tremendous win.
He's giving more
Way to go,
shout outs
Tim.
than a fucking
Young,
Pitbull
handsome.
song. What is this?
That was another race that wasn't supposed to be able to be won. They said, well, we have a very young, handsome guy. I said, does that matter? Looks don't matter, do they, Mike? Looks. Anyway, great job. You can't help it. You can't help it. Great. That was a great race, along with Representatives Paul Gosar, Greg Murphy, Tom Kaine, Jen Kiggins, Rob Bresnahan, who's a. Where is Rob? Stand up, Rob. Let me see you. Good. He's done a fantastic job. And Ryan McKenzie. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you all. That's great. The big group of
We're gonna read
people. We're
everybody's
here
names
this
now?
afternoon to share the stories of an incredible group of patriots from across the nation whose future we are defending with the one big, beautiful bill. This is the ultimate codification
BBB.
of our agenda to, very simply, a phrase that's been used pretty well by me over the last 10 years, but maybe even before that, make America great again.
I've
Very
heard of
simple,
that.
make America great again.
Yeah.
When Joe Biden used to get up and say, we will stop this horrible MAGA. We're going to stop MAGA. We're going to fight it. We're going to. I said, Joe, loosen up. It's called Make America Great Again. It's okay. Remember that he got up so angry. He was so angry. He said, make America great again.
Why does
But
that make
we'll
people
deliver
angry?
A record tax
God.
cut, a record
The voice
spending
acting
cut,
of
a
the
record
year?
investment in border security. We've done so well on the
Amazing.
border. You know, last month we had 0
It's
people that
real
crossed the
quality
border.
there, guys.
0.
Equality.
Nobody's coming over anymore. They're kicking the fuck out.
So Christie and Tom Homan and some of the people, what a job you've done. But you know, people forget about that. They don't care. The border's been fixed. I wanted to talk about the border 2 days ago at a big group. Sir, they don't want to hear about the border. Why? It's fixed. You know, It's the second time it happened to me. In 2016, I won on the border. I fixed it in about 3 months. It was beautiful. And they wouldn't let me talk about the border. Sir, nobody wants to
man.
hear about the border. But we're going to talk about it anyway. Right, Tom Holman? We're talking about it anyway.
Oh, my God. Man.
So we have a big number of dollars that's coming here because we want to keep it that way, and we want to keep it fixed. And a record number of deportations.
That's
We're
good.
bringing
Yeah.
criminals out by the thousands. Nobody can even imagine. They let people in that
Brit
were
here, I never
murderers.
liked Trump, but I love him now. Is that
11,888
it?
murderers.
What?
Gang members, people from mental institutions, and insane
He's talking about
asylum.
the
You know what that
protesters.
is? That's insane asylum. That's
They need to bring
a
those back.
mental institution on steroids.
Yeah, let's bring those
During
back.
the campaign, I talk about the late, great Hannibal Lecter. Do you know who that is, Hannibal Lecter? Silence of the Lambs. I talk about it, and the fake news would
The
go
late,
crazy.
great
Why does he
Hannibal
keep
Lecter.
mentioning? Well, because we won in a landslide. That's why they don't want to have Hannibal in our midst. And the day I signed
What
this
the
bill into
fuck
law,
is
almost
he
every
talking about?
major promise made
I have no
in the
freaking
2024
clue,
campaign
man.
What is
already will
this?
have become a promise kept, and that's very important. Promises made, promises kept.
Oh, my God. We're eating them? Yeah.
And according to the Council of Economic Advisors, these reforms will protect or create more than 7 million jobs, add 3.1% to economic growth, reduce taxes for the typical American by nearly 15%, and increase
That's nothing.
take-home pay for the normal family of 4 by at least $13,000. And that takes place immediately. That's not bad, right? Look, I'm looking at that guy back there. Right? That's pretty good.
Saying he's fucking broke.
And if we had a person over at the Fed that would lower interest rates a little bit, that would be helpful too.
Oh.
It's hard to believe. This is on top of, we have to fight this guy. He's not doing the job. Each point that he keeps it up is the equivalent of $300 billion.
Wait, what?
$300 billion. So if he lowered
That's
it
a
to,
lot
it's
of
say
money.
$600 billion. We have to work hard with cuts on that, right? That's a lot of cutting.
That's an assload of money.
And this guy could do it so
This is
easily.
shout out
We don't
Central?
have
Yeah.
inflation. Well, we might have inflation. Yeah, and if you do, you raise the rate a little bit. That's okay. But we're going out because Biden gave us a lot of short-term debt. And in giving us short-term debt, he did us no favor. So I think what we'll do is
No,
we'll probably just
kinda
extend the
fucked us.
short-term debt and then go out because I don't want to tie it up for 10 or 15 years at a high rate. But
Posts
every
a joke
point
every
is
30
three,
seconds.
It's really more.
He does.
Is $300 billion. So if we got it
Gotta
down to
keep 'em
1%, we're talking about
seated.
almost $1 trillion in saving just with the stroke
lot
of
of
a
money.
pen. No work, no missing anything.
It's an assload
Just
of money.
like an accounting situation. Oh, Doug Collins, I just see Doug. Did I mention you, Doug? I don't think so. I'm glad I saw you. I'm glad that somebody's going to be in big trouble with you. They didn't write your name
Oh,
down, Doug.
jeez.
Somebody's in big, somebody's in, I got you.
Bro, what is
So
he
we
talking
think of
about?
that, though. We save, and all you have
What?
to do, it's so simple. I'm explaining to this guy.
He didn't get to say
and
that
Biden extended him that way.
a guy wanted to name drop that wasn't on the list. Someone fucked up.
Wasn't good. I'm
Old
explaining
Doug
to him,
didn't get
ADHD
name
president.
You
dropped.
can do so much for our country. You could save $1 trillion just with a stroke of a pen. Just a little, the utterance of a sentence that we're going to be cutting. It's a shame. It's a shame. We're one of the highest. We should be the lowest. We're the United States of America. We'd have money coming in like at levels that they have never seen. I got a call the other day from the people in Congress because we're doing our bill. I didn't even tell you this, Mike, and they called. They said, there's something wrong with the numbers, sir. I said, what's wrong? I don't know. They're not balancing out. There's something really wrong.
What is
I
it?
said, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, we don't know. I said, what's the problem? We're taking in much more money than we have scheduled. I said, so far that sounds good. They said, how much is it? About $80 billion.
Bro.
I said, do me a favor, check the tariff line. They called me back an hour later. Sir, we've taken in $88 billion in tariffs. Isn't that a beautiful thing? $88 billion. I thought I'd tell these little stories. Go off
Great.
script and tell these little stories,
Great.
Scott, right? Because it does make
It's
it a
a
little
free
more
$80 billion?
interesting. Although my speechwriters have just gotten every award in the book. Vince, where are you, Vince?
Oh my God.
Fred, Where are we?
He's still
Where's
going
Ross?
with the shout outs?
He's gotten all these awards, and I'm going off the record all the time. Where is he? He didn't show up to the speech. He wrote the speech. He didn't show. Well, that means he has confidence in me. According to the Council of Economic
It's the
Advisors,
opposite,
these reforms
jeez.
will protect or create more than 7 million jobs, add 3.1% to
show up.
economic growth, reduce taxes for the typical American by nearly 15%, and increase take-home pay for a normal family by an incredible $13,000. All of these things are happening. And by the way, there's no inflation.
Oh,
all
wow.
of the numbers
They
I
got
gave
rid of
you,
it?
all of the money that's coming in.
That's
And
good.
maybe more importantly
People were
than the
worried about that
billions of
for a
dollars we're
while.
taking in with tariffs is the fact that we've got hundreds of plants going up all over the United
They
States.
patched it
that
out?
never
Yeah,
would
we
have
got
been
rid of
here.
it.
I was with Howard and Scott
Which
and
is good,
Texas
right? I mean,
Instruments
yeah,
the
I
other
feel like
day.
a lot of people don't like
The
inflation.
head of Texas Instruments, they're going to spend $60 billion in the United States. And he said, sir, please don't do it to me. And I looked at him. I knew exactly what he meant. He said, you mean tariffs, right? He said, that's right. If you ever get rid of those tariffs, you've cost me a fortune.
Oh.
They're all coming in because they don't want to pay the tariffs, and they're coming in at levels. And it only works for the United States because it doesn't work for other countries, but it works for us. We have a record investment. We have records and everything. And when these places open up, that's bigger than the $15 trillion that I'm talking about. You know, you don't see it right away. But bigger is the
What's the
fact
stock
that they're
market
all
doing?
coming in. They're building their factories, the AI factories and the auto
Let's see.
plants. We have auto plants. They're closing up in other countries. I don't want to specifically name the
Actually
countries.
pretty
but
good.
You know who they are. And they're coming into the U.S. and they're opening up
Yeah.
and building like
It's going up
nobody's
like
ever seen
crazy.
anything like it.
Holy shit.
I don't call it a miracle. I call it, this should have been done
Jesus.
40 years ago. We would have never lost our
It's a
auto.
big
we
money
lost
situation.
50% of our auto industry to
What, 401k
China, Mexico,
skyrocketing?
Canada,
Damn.
and various other countries. Should have never happened if you had a president that said, we're going to charge you tariffs. You're not going to build next to us. Send it in and take away our jobs. If you would have said 25,
true.
50, or 100% tariff, not one company would have left. But they weren't business people. They were politicians, not very good ones, and some good ones, but some really not good at anything, to be honest with you. We're going to stop the largest tax hike, and we're going to do that in history. This would be, if the
Yeah.
bill doesn't pass, there'll be a 68% tax increase. Think of that, 68%,
No.
which would be the largest in history by about 40
No way.
points.
What are you talking?
And we'll make the Trump tax cuts permanent, expand the child tax credit, and we will deliver no tax on tips, no tax on overtime,
Ooh.
and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
Oh wow.
Nice.
No tax.
Seniors.
Oh wow. Ooh.
And no tax on tips, no expand the child
All
tax
right,
credit,
let's
and we will deliver no tax on tips, no tax on overtime,
Ooh.
and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
Why didn't he put this all in its own separate bill? Why does it have to be big and beautiful with all the bullshit that he wants to write in on the side? I know it's like a lawyer
Oh wow.
or like some kind of Scrooge contract. I don't agree with it. I think he should have made a bunch of separate bills like he's been doing. I don't know why. Like, at least keep all the finances in one bill. You know, the finance bill, that bill.
No tax on Social Security is huge. Yeah, is that a new
Among
one?
That'd
the
be
countless
insane.
citizens who will benefit from these tax cuts is Malachi Krzyzewski, a devoted mom and DoorDash driver from Ripon, Wisconsin,
What?
who uses her tip income to support her son. Just think of that, no tax on
Oh,
tips.
she
And it
probably
was
used to be a
very
games journalist.
big problem. I was at a dinner in
I
my
used to work at
beautiful building
Ubisoft.
in Las Vegas, and unrelated to this, and I said, "What's going on?" I will never say good-looking waitress.
Twitch
because
donations
looks
count as
don't matter
tips?
anymore,
Yeah.
you know, in our modern society. She happened to be beautiful, but I won't say that. I won't mention that. But nevertheless, a waitress
I'm
came
not going
over,
to say the
and
name
I said,
of the race
"How are you
of the
doing?" She
doctor.
said, "Not good, sir." Why? The government is killing me on
But the
tips.
doctor was black.
And she looked at me. She said, "Sir,
But I'm
there
not
should
gonna
be
say
no
it.
tax on tips." I said, "Say it again." There should be no tax on tips. I said, "That's the coolest thing
Jesus.
I've ever heard." I walked outside. The press was there, as always, waiting for something bad to happen, hundreds of them. I said, ladies and gentlemen, please announce tonight there will be no tax on tips. And a legend was made. We won Nevada by so much.
Damn.
Republicans don't win Nevada. We won Nevada. So I want to thank that young, beautiful waitress. Thank you very much.
But I can't say that
So
she's
some
beautiful.
Hot chick got him to do this, and now it's okay.
But with no tax on tips and
Wow.
other
Yep.
cuts, this bill will save Malachi thousands of dollars per year,
I guess-
enabling her
yeah,
to
he never
achieve a
shouted
goal
out
of
his
visiting
wife.
every U.S. state with
Yo,
her son. She wants
stop.
to visit
Yeah,
every
she's not
state by
there.
the time he's 18 years old. So, Malachi, it sounds to
shit.
me like you're off to a fantastic start.
Oh,
and where are
jeez.
you, Malachi? Where are you? Congratulations. Great. That's good. Thank you.
Son made $1
Also
million
with
on
us
tips
today
on
is
the
Luke
tax.
Wilson, a 23-year-old electrical lineman. He loves being an electrician, but in this case, the lineman. And these are guys that take big risk, and it's
Yeah.
hard stuff. But if you know what you're doing, it's fine. He's from Harmony, Pennsylvania, as well as Dee Sova, a truck driver from Springfield, Missouri, where, by the way, our beautiful planes landed, our B-2s. They landed after 36 hours of flying. Great going, Pete. And they hit the target.
Oh, geez.
And they hit the target,
Yeah.
and the target has now been proven to be obliterated, just as we said. We had little fake news from CNN. Thank you very much, CNN, for that. With 3 million miles of driving under her belt, who mentors other women in her
This is
industry. And I just
insane.
want to
How
say,
does this
Luke and Dee
happen?
spend countless hours working overtime to help make this country run. And this bill, the
Fake
typical
news
overtime
bingo,
worker
yeah.
like them will take home nearly $1,500 extra every
is why there's
single
no
year.
healthcare
So
in
you're
the
talking
US?
about at least
See the Obama video?
1,500,
No.
and there'll
Oh,
be
okay,
no
I thought it was-
harassment because you were being harassed by the Democrats.
Ooh.
So, Luke and Dee,
Uh-oh.
congratulations to you both. Thank you very much. Congratulations, wherever you may be. Thank you. Thank you very much. Also with us is James Benson, a third-generation auto worker from Belleville, Michigan, who has spent 26 years at
the
Ford
red hat.
Motor Company, which is doing very well. They have a lot of plants in this country. If you have plants in this country, you're going to make a lot of money. And is a member of a tremendous group of people, auto workers. And I'll tell you, we love these people. Auto workers for Trump, and I came through for them, but they were with me long before I really thought. A lot of people said, is he going to run again? Will he run? They've always been with me.
Well,
the
they
auto
thought he was gonna
workers.
be in
James
jail.
was a lifelong Democrat until
Yeah,
2017,
exactly.
Oh.
when he saw the benefits of our tax law, and he also liked Trump. Now, sometimes they
it's
can
just
like the law,
simulation,
but
not
if
the
they don't
actual
like the
bombing. That's what I thought,
candidate, it's
too.
not going to matter, right? Is that right, Marco? Marco knows.
I was gonna
'cause
save
he
that
has
video
been
to
one
watch it.
hell of a great Secretary of State, right? Stand up, Marco.
I will say that Marco Rubio really was
Everybody
cooking.
respects Marco,
Yeah.
right? True.
Every interview that he does, I think is
Everybody
good.
respects him. Now we're delivering an
Marco,
even
that's
bigger
right.
win for the auto workers by making interest on car payments fully tax deductible. You know, that's something only rich people seem to have gotten. I said, you know, and that was my idea. It's pretty simple. But I said, you know, the rich people, they always looking for deductions. We want deductions.
Yep.
Linda, did I say, will you please stand up? Linda McMahon. So great. How much is Harvard going to be charged? How much are you asking for Harvard? Because they really
A
have
lot.
violated a lot of different caveats, haven't they? Huh? A lot, like a lot. They've been given $5 billion
Vince McMahon?
over the years. Can you imagine?
I don't know.
And that's over a short number of years. That's just the beginning. They have $52 billion sitting in the bank, and they haven't been nice to our country. So I want to thank Linda McMahon, who's been really fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, on interest, I said, why couldn't we, if a car is made in the United States only, because otherwise we don't care if it's made someplace else,
Okay.
give the people that buy the car a deduction on the interest that they're paying to buy the car.
Oh, wow.
And people said, what a great idea. It's so simple. It's like
What?
it's like the paperclip. Somebody came up with the idea of a paperclip many years ago, 1817, and he became a very rich person.
No, when
And everybody looked at it and said, why the hell didn't I think of that? But it's like the paperclip, but only if the car is made in America. Remember that, James. We're going to keep those Michigan auto factories roaring. And as you know, we won Michigan by a lot, Susie, right? We won Michigan by a big margin, and something that typically is not easy, but I think we've won it. I actually think we've won it 3 times in a row. So it's been a great state, but a big factor with the auto workers. They went with us very big, and I love them.
3 times
The
in
one
a
big
row,
beautiful bill
boys.
will also be an incredible victory for American farmers, another group that we did great with, especially family farmers like James Cullifer of Virginia Beach. Our bill will provide 100% expensing so they can buy a new farm equipment. And by the
cares
way,
when
the
it's invented?
expensing is good for
I don't know, it's
everybody,
just
not
funny.
just farmers. And it'll virtually eliminate
just
the
funny.
so-called estate tax or the death tax. So you have a farm, you leave it to your children. If you like the children,
Yeah.
you leave it. If you don't worry about the details. No, some people don't want to leave them. They don't like their kids, you know? Anybody in here not liking their children, farmers? But if you like your kids, you want to
What?
leave it. And a lot of times what was happening before I got there, because I put this in the first tax bill, as you know.
What the
But
fuck is
people would
this?
die. They'd leave their farm. There was no cash,
What?
but there was value to the farm, sometimes good value. It's called real estate rich and cash poor.
This is
And the kids had
no
no money, and
script.
they'd be foreclosed out by
No
a
wonder
bank.
the
They'd borrow
speech
money
guy
to pay
didn't
the
show
estate
up.
tax. You don't have to pay estate tax anymore. That's pretty big stuff. So for the farmers and for others in small business, it's great. But James's family has been working the land for generations, and with this bill, we will ensure that family farms like his can stay in the family for many generations to come.
Lovely.
Where's James? James, you know?
That's a good thing. It's the content president. Yeah. He never reads it. Bro's freestyling. Yeah. Yeah, the worst president ever. The best content ever, though. You got to agree with that, even if you don't
That's
like him.
great. And you know what I mean, James, right? People pass away, they love their kids or whoever they're leaving, but they love their kids especially. And you won't have the family farmer anymore the long time because they were losing them to the banks, and they were losing them at record numbers. It's not going to
banks.
happen anymore.
The banks.
There's no tax. We're also going to empower American parents by expanding opportunity scholarships to provide school choice. School choice is a big deal.
Oh. I
School
think all kids should go to
choice.
public school. That way they get beat up.
And we just got school working with the governor of Texas.
And if they're
as you know,
stupid, they go
Greg
to the
Abbott.
coal mines.
We just had it passed in Texas, and I know about that. Somebody said, yeah, that was a big deal. They've been trying to get it
Make
for
'em slaves.
9 years, and they asked me if I'd call the legislature,
Oh, yeah.
Republicans in the
it back.
legislature, and I did. And I gave them a pep talk, and everybody voted for it. First time. They were shocked, but they never asked me to call them before. This was the first time, and they got it passed, right, Susie? It was amazing. And it was something that Dan and Greg and everybody, they really wanted it. And Ted Cruz wanted it badly. They all wanted
No, I
it, so we got
remember
it in
him.
Texas. But you're going to have it. More and more people are talking
That's the
about
guy that
school
likes
choice.
Israel.
Good thing. This will be the godsend for mothers like Angelina Banks from Philadelphia. Where's Angelina?
So is he going to sign this shit, or what's going to happen?
Oh,
Why does he act like he's in a movie?
You are very pretty. She went out for a second and she's coming back. Okay? Where's Ange? Come on over here, Angelina. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, wow. How are you? I won't ask you where you've been, okay? I promise. But it's great to have you. It's great to have. I mentioned your name. I said, "Where's Angelina?" He said, "She'll be right back, sir." Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And Aubrey and Ava Jane, Angelina says the tax relief
80-year-old
for
married
child care
man.
and
Yeah.
education are a foundation for stability and dignity. I think those were your words, right? Stability and dignity. Good words for her family. And with the one big, beautiful bill, we're delivering both, empowering hundreds of thousands of families to choose the public, private, charter, religious school or the home school of their choice. And
unreal.
Angelina, thank you very much for being with us. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, God.
So this bill will also be the single most important piece of border legislation ever to cross the floor of Congress. We will hire 3,000 new Border Patrol officers and 10,000 new ICE agents. And these people are great. I tell you
Oh.
what, I got to know a lot
What
of them.
about the Reddit patrol?
And we
You
have
arrest people on the
tremendous
internet.
representation. They've been for me from day one In fact, I shouldn't say this, but they endorsed me when I first ran, almost at the
10,000,
beginning.
that's a lot.
And they weren't sure
Gotta
if
catch
they
'em
were
all.
allowed to endorse
True.
me, and they said, "We don't care.
You
We're
gotta get 'em.
endorsing you." But they were great, and they've been my friends ever since. But think of that. So we're going to hire 3,000
Yeah.
new Border Patrol officers, 10,000 new ICE agents, and you know these ICE guys. They go into war zones.
Yeah.
And they're tough, and they love our country. And if you're not going to be tough, you're not going to do well. But they are tough, and they'll break into a pack. They call them a pack. Some of these packs come out of the jails
pack?
of Venezuela. They come from places
Oh,
that
like
you
a
don't
pack
want to
of
know about.
dogs.
They're gang members that have been all
Oh, that's
sent in here
bad.
through Biden's open door stupid policy. The dumbest policy, I think, well, we have a lot of dumb policies, but the worst, I think, is open borders where anybody comes into our country
pretty
totally
bad one.
vetted, totally unchecked. And they're drug dealers and they're people that we don't want them. And they're murderers.
See Mark
you know,
Rutten,
they're
call
murderers.
Trump daddy?
I told you,
I
over
did see
11,000
that.
murderers. They're in here.
Yeah.
50% of those, by the way, murdered more than
Daddy's
one person.
home.
And they came in, no check-in, no anything. It's so sad. What that man has done to this country, we should never forget it.
Well, it
okay?
wasn't even him.
We should never, ever
I thought it wasn't
forget
even him.
With that whole group of people, I don't even think it was him. He didn't believe in open borders. He didn't believe in men playing in women's sports or transgender for everybody.
Oh, jeez.
But what that group of people has done to this
Yes.
country will never, ever, I don't think we can ever allow history
Free
to
watch?
forget it. What they've done
Yeah.
to us is so sad. We're going to fully fund
heard
the
you.
final sections of border wall, impose a new remittance tax on money sent back to foreign countries, and dramatically increase deportations to a bare minimum of 1 million illegal aliens per year. And what we're doing is we're really going after the criminal aliens,
That's
of which
decent.
we have plenty to work with.
So Trump will have to be
People say,
president
"Well,
for
that's a
20 more
lot, isn't
years.
it?" Well, remember, these countries are very smart.
Okay.
They're headed up by people I know in almost
It's a
all
lot.
cases. They're very smart people, and they have the people of great common
At
sense.
least,
They're
yeah.
not sending their good people out. They're sending the bad people out, and they put them into caravans. I think I came up with that name, but somebody did. It's a great name, a caravan. Thousands and sometimes as many as 30,000 people walking right
Oh,
into
yeah.
our country. Again, last month we had none. Think of that. It's almost, people say it's almost impossible. But they come in, and at a minimum, they're not people that work very hard. They're people that are on welfare. They don't want them. They don't want them. They give them to us.
Fucking lazy. They don't do anything.
It's incredible what's happened, and it's so sad to see.
Okay.
It's so sad. Could make you just
Great.
sick to your stomach when you think about it. I was going to say it could make
The
you
Mexicans
cry,
are
but I like to
protesting the
pretend I
caravans
never
now?
cry.
Yeah, they are.
I don't want to be a crier, but it makes you sick to think of what they did. What they did to us is just sick. And guys, if we didn't have a Tom Homan, and if we didn't have some of the guys that we have working so hard and dangerously, the country wouldn't.
If the Democrats
stand
ever
a
win again,
chance,
it's
but
basically
we're getting
over.
them out.
If they win
Not
again,
Yeah.
as fast as they came
I don't
in,
know if
because they
that's gonna
came in,
happen.
and you'd see hundreds of thousands pour
not while
into
they're
our
pushing
country
a bunch
in a
of
day.
weird ass bullshit.
But we're getting them out. And here today is Angel Dad, Joe Abraham, the Angel Moms and
I feel like
Angel
it's very
Dad.
unlikely.
Dads, these are incredible people. They lost their precious
Bro,
20-year-old
he's
daughter,
still
Katie,
shouting
in a hit
people
and run
out.
after she was struck by an illegal alien from
Gay
Guatemala.
communist mayors. Wait,
Katie
what?
was stopped at a traffic light, rear-ended, full force, going 60, 70 miles an hour right into the back of her car while she
That's
stopped.
because
What
they
an
don't
idiot.
fucking have
And,
driver license.
Who the fuck
She
drives
died
like
immediately. And
Illegals.
the killer, I think you could really say, the killer fled the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And so we will end this invasion once and for all, and we're always going to remember the memory of Katie, that beautiful, beautiful
Likely a
20-year-old
drunk
daughter of yours.
illegal.
Where's Joe? Is he around here? Joe?
Joe
Come here,
Biden.
Joe. Come here.
Nowhere to be fucking found.
Man, I will say that, like, in terms of like media content,
boy, oh
he's
boy, oh
really
boy.
good.
Thank you, Joe, very much. Also with us is Sarah Stewart from Kerrville, Texas, who lost her brother
the content,
to
yeah.
the fentanyl epidemic.
Yep.
That has inundated
Absolutely.
her small town. Our bill
Professional.
provides billions and billions of dollars to stop fentanyl and other illicit narcotics. We're also charging other countries like Mexico, Canada, and China billions of dollars in taxes that we put on because they've allowed people that are selling fentanyl to go through their countries, or in the case of China, they send it here. and
Fentanyl's
paying a lot
bad,
of
by the
money,
way,
at
in
least.
case anybody
Yeah, that
doesn't know.
stuff
Stop
sucks.
I think we're doing
Yeah.
a big job
Content
of that,
creator
but
in chief,
we'd rather
yes,
stop
clearly.
it. And other illicit narcotics
Clearly.
pouring across the border and stealing more American lives. And thank you. Sarah will not rest
Jokes are
until
bad, okay?
that fight is done. We're going to get that fight done. Sarah Stewart is where? Sarah?
Just randomly
Hi,
find
Sarah.
somebody.
Beautiful.
Neck beard is spreading. Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
It's bad.
Good guy, huh?
One spoon of Fent can kill 100
I
people.
can see that.
That's insane.
I also want to thank
Damn,
the President
bro.
of the National Border Patrol. His name is Paul Perez. He's been with me from the beginning. And Brandon before him. These are great people. I've gotten very
Which
friendly
Bra-
with
Oh, I thought
some
he
of
was
these
trying to tell a joke.
people from Border Patrol and ICE because I
was
really,
confused.
I'd call them once every 2 or 3 days. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? If you remember, Kamala was the border czar. And in 4 years, she never made one call to Paul or Brandon or anybody else. And I'd like to
Yeah,
have
do
Paul
anything.
come up, say a couple of words. If you're here, Paul. Where are you, Paul?
There he is.
Oh, there you are.
There's old Paul.
President
He said her
Trump
name. Yeah.
made promises that he's kept. Now it's time for Congress to back him up. We need to end the chaotic and recklessness that Biden allowed into this country.
Oof.
The millions of people that are out there, we're going to get with this big, beautiful bill. We've got the funding, we've got the technology,
Biden
we
was
need
asleep.
everything in
That's how
that
it
bill
happened.
to get it done so that no more families are victimized. And those that have victimized families, we can go get them out with ICE. Our officers and agents are not afraid. We're ready to take this fight to them, and we've been so because of President Trump's leadership. Thank you, sir.
Great. It's about what I'd expect. Biden was asleep while the autopin signed everything.
He was
He's
asleep
been a
at the
great
wheel.
friend of the country. He really has, and he's worked with Tom Homan and Christie and all the people that work so hard. They have been incredible. And
Does this mean we can
you
put
know, I
our
wasn't
tips
going to
without
do this,
being
but I
taxed?
see Tom
Yeah.
Homan is sitting there, and
I
you
don't know what the details are.
I have to call him up. Look at that. I don't call up the Speaker of the House. I don't call up Marco or Peter or any of them. But I want to call this guy because this guy is keeping us very, very safe. Come on up. guy.
Who's this?
Oh man. He can
Oh,
get up
this guy.
there? All right. Let's
All
get it.
right. You got a
Well,
beard
look,
now.
I think this issue of the big, beautiful bill should be nonpartisan. I don't know what the hell's the matter with everybody up in Congress? People are dying every day.
Jeez.
The hell's wrong with
ICE is
him?
arresting 3 times as many criminals that the Biden administration did. We're taking public safety threats and national security threats off the street every single day. But we got over 600,000 illegal aliens with criminal histories walking the streets of this country. We got less than 5,000 deportation officers. This should be a no-brainer. The more resources we get, if we get this bill passed, we got more agents on the road. We buy more beds, we get more transportation flights. More agents means more bad guys arrested, taken off the streets of this country every single day. Every day we arrest a public safety threat or national security threat, this makes this country much safer. Who the hell would be against that? And I get irritated, I get pissed off because I'm sick of meeting angel moms
He
and
just
dads.
sitting talking shit.
You want to talk about family separation? They buried their children. So this, and I've done this since
That was a good one.
1984. I've worked for 6 different presidents.
Yep.
No one has had the success of the Trump administration. We got the most secure border in the history of this nation today.
He seems mad. Yeah. Homan's bad. No, I like him a lot. I think he's great.
But we need more border wall. Border walls save lives. Women and children can't get over that wall, which means they go to a place where there's not a wall. And what's waiting on them? The men and women of the border who take care of the humanitarian needs and save their lives. We already got fentanyl seizures down half. Fentanyl seizures should be 100%. We should have 0 fentanyl coming to this country. We need money to help secure that border at a higher level. Stop the fentanyl from coming in. Stop the sex trafficking of women and children. Stop the known inspected terrorists coming across that border. Right now, I was looking at the stats today. ICE is arresting a record number of known suspected terrorists in this country, along with the FBI. With more money, we can arrest more of these people, make this country safer. This is a nonpartisan issue. Let's make this country
it's
safe
not.
again. So to the Democrats and the Republicans and the Independents, I don't care who you're from, pass the bill so we make this country safe, so we can stop the violence against ICE officers. Let's make this country safe again. And without that bill, it's going to be a hard road. We got a lot of people to look for, a lot of people to arrest, a lot of national security threats we know are in this
Gotta
country.
put a lot
we
of
need to
people in
find
jail.
It. We need more money to do that. We need more agents to do that. For God's sake, let's pass this bill and get this done.
That's pretty good. That was all right. When you start arresting business owners for hiring illegals, I completely agree with you, by the way. 100%.
He got so
I agree with
angry
you.
he didn't even shake my hand or look at me. Just
Okay. Okay.
But he's right. He's right. And we have no money for the border if we don't pass this bill. We have virtually nothing. And so we're going to get it done for you, Tom, and for all of the people that have worked with you. It's been amazing, the job you've done.
Content
And,
president,
just in
that's
finishing, look, this is the largest tax cut in the history of our country. They want to give you, the Democrats want to give you the biggest tax increase in the history of our country. They have things, whether it's border or economic development or no tax on tips and Social Security and no tax on overtime, all these different things. There are hundreds of things here. It's so good. And we're going to also cut costs. We're cutting $1.7 trillion in this bill.
What the fuck?
And you're not going to feel any of it. And your Medicaid is left alone. It's left the same. Your Medicare and your Social Security are strengthened. We're not cutting. The Democrats are going to destroy all three of them because it's not sustainable. They'll end up cutting your Medicare, Medicaid in half. So
I
we're
think
going
you
to
should
do a
have to
real
pay
job.
tax on
It's so
tips you make
important.
over a
So if
certain
you
amount.
can, call your senators, call your congressmen. We have to get the vote. I want to thank you. You have been unbelievable, Mr. Speaker. You have worked round the clock for months.
Which is bullshit. Yeah.
And, you know, I shouldn't say this, but we don't want to have grandstanders where one or two people raise their vote. We vote no. And they do it to grandstand, that's all. Not good people. They know who I am, who I'm talking about. I call them out. But we don't need grandstanders. We have to get our country back and bring it back strong. And our country is going to be stronger, bigger, better than ever before. We're
Well,
going to
that's
make it better
good.
than ever
That'd be
before.
great.
And that's despite the bad hand that we were dealt 6 months ago.
Yeah, wouldn't
We
that be
dealt
good?
a
I feel
really
like that'd
bad
be
hand.
really
We were
good.
dealt a sick hand. It's unbelievable. You know, when I came back yesterday, as you know, I made a big trip to a place where we had 28 countries represented, and we did
NATO.
something that's never been done. They've raised the number of money, the amount of money that they've spent to $1 trillion a year, and that's for world safety. But they
Give
all asked me the
$5,000
same
to a tip, then
question. They
maybe,
said,
yeah.
how could
I
you have
think it
allowed
should be
this to
collective.
happen to your country?
Shouldn't be
I
per
said,
per
I didn't do
donation.
it. But they said, how could you allow people to pour in? They don't understand it. They all have
What
borders.
do you mean they don't
They have
understand it? They're in
fences,
Europe.
they have
They do the
walls,
same
or they have
thing.
just strong people standing there. You can't do it.
Yeah.
And they said to me, you know,
What
it's
the hell?
amazing that they allowed these things to happen. And it's amazing, too. I agree. You know, as a business guy, I always like to understand where the other side's coming from. What
It's
do they
worse
want?
here,
What do
yeah.
they get? And, you know, you can make good deals based on understanding the other side. I never understood the other side in this case. Why would they allow people to pour into our country unchecked? You know,
Long-term
I can
voting
see
strategy.
people wanting people
That's the
to
reason
come in,
why.
and you let them come in. You have a vetting process. You let
Higher
good people. We're letting
census,
a lot
more
of good people in,
congressional seats.
but they're coming in legally.
Pretty simple, actually.
But why would you allow people to come in that you can look at them and
Yeah,
say,
it's just
big
another
trouble,
scam.
big trouble? Why would you do it? It's nobody understands. And a lot of people say voting, but, you know, we've got to strengthen up our elections because the voting is crooked as hell. Got to strengthen it up. But it's not that. It's either they're stupid and they're not stupid, or they hate our country. But we love our
it could be
country.
both.
And we're going to stop this madness.
Yeah, I think it's
and
both.
We're going to get this bill approved. And all of the things that I've been talking about now for 2 years on the campaign trail, and we won, remember, we won every single swing state. We won by millions of votes. We won everything. We won every
Nobody
it was a
liked
landslide.
Kamala
We
Harris.
won
She was a retard.
something that nobody talks
Everybody
about.
knows that.
Districts.
Everybody
You
knows.
have
It's
thousands
obvious.
of districts. We won 2,750
Mm-hmm.
to 505. Think of that. That's why when you see a map, the whole map is red. That stands for Republican, by the way, because it stands for a lot of other things too, but it stands for Republican.
Yeah.
With a little piece of blue on each side. But that's why, think of that, 2,750 districts to 505 districts. That's what, this was a slaughter. but it gave us a mandate to do some great things. And I want to thank John Thune, and I want to thank the speaker.
It's
and I
kind
want
of
to thank
crazy that he won the
Marco and
popular vote,
everybody
too.
here. Everybody here.
I didn't expect that
they
to
have
happen.
been so incredible. Pam, you've been unbelievable as the Attorney General. We appreciate it.
Oh, really?
Not easy. Not easy.
Oh, I don't know about that.
And we're coming back faster than anybody ever thought possible. I told you what they said to me on just trips by very smart people. But we're going to make this, we're going to do this very quickly. It's happening a lot faster than even I thought possible. And we're going to be celebrating very quickly, and we're going to be celebrating for a long time.
Is this his
because
victory
we're turning
speech
our
for
country
2028?
around. We're getting our country
Yeah.
back. And
Of
we're
course.
working with
Yeah,
common sense,
basically.
Everybody knows
whether
that.
you're conservative or liberal, or as they like to say, progressive. They don't like the word liberal anymore.
Oh.
Progressive. I think it's a beautiful word, too. That's why I call them liberal. It's too nice a word. I don't know how you can be progressive when you're turning the country backwards. But no matter what you are, it's all about common sense. And I think that's the way I've ruled. I do what's right. I want to have borders. I don't want to have transgender for anybody that happens to leave the house at a young age, the things they do. I don't want to have men playing in women's sports. That's got to be, you know, they say it's an
Anybody, bro,
80-20.
if you
I think
go
it's a
outside, you're
97-3
instantly
issue.
transgender.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Is he running
So
again, really?
ridiculous.
I hope
What do
so.
you guys think the probability of Trump running in 2028 is?
There was a
Pretty high.
long-distance race the other day, or at least reasonably recently, and they had a top man and they had top
I
woman,
love how
but it
people
was
say
a
either
woman's
0
race,
or
and,
100%. I think it's like
the
20,
man
30%.
entered. He happened to be transitioned. Isn't that lovely?
Mm-hmm.
And he entered the race, and he beat the champion woman by 5 hours and 14 seconds.
Wow.
5 hours, that's a lot. Think of it, you're waiting 5 hours for your beautiful daughter to come in. Come on, baby, let's go. You can do it. He won by 5 hours and 14 seconds. It is crazy, and it's so demeaning, and they don't want to change. I see it the other day. Guys like Schumer, our great Palestinian senator, this guy, no, he's changed. He used to like Jewish people. Now he's totally against Jewish people. It's the most incredible transformation I think I've ever seen.
Oh, my God.
But who would allow this to happen? In other sports, the same thing. Try the weightlifting numbers someday. You want to see some big differences. In a million years,
He
the
is
women will
Jewish?
never
Not
catch these
anymore.
numbers. It's not
Trump
going to
took
happen.
away his Jew
And
card.
it's very demeaning to women, and I don't like it when it's demeaning to women. So
Yep.
we're turning
I
the
didn't even
country
know you
around
could do
fast.
that.
We love you all. Thank you very much, and good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, I had no idea. You could take somebody's Jew card away? That's wild. Yeah, Trump is off the cuff completely now? Yeah, bro. This was out of fucking nowhere. Just randomly puts on an event where he sits there and just shouts out his friends, talks shit about other people, and says how great he is.
Man, I love it.
What was this for? I don't know. I don't know.
That's awesome. Oh, man, that was awesome.
Now, I thought this was funny. May 19th, 2025. If esports and pro gaming wants to rely on outside money, they should embrace porn, gambling, and alcohol sponsors.
Wait,
June
what?
26, 2025. 1 month later. Why we are opening betting sponsorships in esports and how we're doing it responsibly. Oh, man. That's crazy. What are the odds? Wow. So, yeah, there we go. And I would do this. Yeah, I told y'all this shit was going to happen. I said this shit was going to happen. Everybody wanted to act like it wasn't, but now it is. And so that's where we're at. Everybody was mad at me. But the one thing that they weren't saying is that I was wrong. Once again, I have been vindicated. Once again, I have been proven right. And one of the biggest companies with one of the biggest and most extensive esports organizations in the world is opening up betting sponsorships in esports and how we're doing it responsibly. Yet, who cares whether it's responsibly or not? I mean, I'm going to just tell you right now, you cannot advertise gambling responsibly. Like if you okay, and by the way, if you think this is not true, let's use the golden rule. Okay, let's use the Jesus rule. If you die and you go to the gates of heaven, it's not, I think it's St. Peter, right? But like, let's say it's Jesus. And you say, and Jesus says, I don't know if I want to let you in this shit. And you're like, why? I've been such a good boy. He says, oh yeah? Well, what about advertising and promoting gambling? And you say, well, no, I was promoting gambling responsibly. Do you think Jesus would be like, oh, understandable, have a nice day, come on into heaven? Absolutely not. Absolutely, without a second, 100% no. And that's the thing. That's the thing. That's what matters. Why not? Well, Jesus is based. Well, no. Remember, he threw all that merchant stuff around, right? He didn't like that at all. And so anyway, how do you advertise porno if you can't show porn on ads? Simple. All you do is show the name. It's easy. They used to have advertisements for Girls Gone Wild all the time back on MTV.
Yeah,
they
I
just
remember
did the
that.
Same thing with this. And so anyway, so they're opening up betting sponsorships for Tier 1 League and Valorant teams with safeguards to protect the competitive integrity and fan experience. I want to say one thing. Exposing people to gambling will kill a percentage of those people. Now, what is a acceptable rate of human sacrifices? 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000, 1 in 100,000, 1 in a million. And that's really what the question is, right? 7%? I mean, that's a lot. So it's 7, okay, 7, wow. Okay, so like fucking almost 1 in 10. Less than 50%, yes, 0%. Well, anyway, anything under 50%, you can't gamble responsibly, yes. And so they're doing this. I said this was going to happen. Everybody was mad. I don't watch any sport that glorifies betting. Doesn't matter if it's esports or normal sports. Polar, you're watching a stream on a platform that is in a I mean, if you're watching, well, you're on Twitch. That was a Twitch chat message. But you know, if you're on Kick, I mean, you know, that's promoted by Stake. And if you're on Twitch, Twitch has an official partnership with DraftKings, which is a sports betting website. So this entire idea that you think that you're getting around this or like you're avoiding this or whatever, no, you're not. You're absolutely providing money and providing benefits for gambling by being here. So again, just try, yeah, and also like there's nothing wrong with that, but just I don't want to hear virtue signaling, right? I don't like hearing that at all. Just because you say something is going to happen does not mean that you said it was good. Yeah, and I'm not really a gambler personally. I don't really like gambling because I feel like you lose most of the time, so I don't want to do something I would lose in. So why sports betting and why now? So we know betting isn't for everyone. However, some fans have strong feelings about that. We respect it. However, the reality is that it's happening no matter whether you like it or not. Historically, this has been a restricted sponsorship category, and Riot has not engaged with companies. Teams have asked us to reconsider our stance, and after years of analysis to ensure that we got it right, we agreed that it was time to open this category and open up more revenue for teams and opportunities. Sports betting is a space that many fans choose to engage with, and there has been $10 billion of sports betting. 70% of all bets are in unregulated markets with bookmakers who aren't licensed. Bookmakers being licensed or not, none of this really, nobody really cares about this. So I don't really think this matters. I don't think anybody cares, really. And so this is going to go horribly wrong. How could it go wrong? How could this have any negative effect? How is it that fans of Riot want to hold Riot to a higher standard than they hold the NBA to, than they hold FIFA to, than they hold other real like F1 racing to? It's a complete ridiculous double standard that makes no sense, and it shouldn't be taken seriously. That's really the truth. Promoting gambling to little children? What do you think? Kids don't watch basketball?
Right.
Really? Like, what are you thinking? Like, where is
They're
this?
not thinking. They're
What are
just
we doing
they're
here?
just trying to
More
find
than half
a
the Premier League football teams have gambling sponsors. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's delusional. It's absolutely delusional. You don't care about the kids. It's not true. There's no consistency. It's not worth even
No.
looking at that authentically.
Exactly.
But anyway, Vivette and all potential
Not
sports betting
authentic
partners. It doesn't
whatsoever.
matter. Every single gambling website, I do believe this. I can't be certain about it, but I would bet on it, which is ironic considering the topic. I think every single gambling website on the internet has resulted in at least one person killing themselves.
Oh, easy.
I do. I think it's very likely that's what happened. And anyway, so yeah, I think so. And I don't doubt it. Only one, who cares? Yeah, bad stats. Probably more than one. Well, what I'm saying is that all of them exist on a spectrum of bad. That's the point that I'm making, is that there is
Yeah,
no
none
form
of
of
them-
gambling and online gambling that is healthy,
No,
productive,
it's
beneficial. It's
Nope.
not good for anybody. You should never
Not
gamble.
worth.
It's always bad, okay? And so, especially
Always.
fantasy sports, same with stock market. Don't compare stock markets to gambling. The difference between it is that with gambling, they're basically betting against you, right? With stocks, the company doesn't have a vested interest. The stock market doesn't have a vested interest in you losing in the same way that gambling does. Gambling has a vested interest in you losing. That way they don't have to pay out. So like that, there's a huge difference between that. And that's it. You don't lose. Yeah, exactly. Right. And why is your stream showing intended for certain audiences? Probably because I kept saying the N-word yesterday, but we were talking with a lot of, stuff about Iran and Israel. And so, we were talking about nuclear, stuff, but yeah, that's probably what it was. I don't know. It could be something else. I'm not sure.
Bro, that's crazy.
But anyway, are you against lotto tickets as well? Okay. I'm going to give you my actual opinion about gambling. I think gambling should happen, and I think that people that get addicted to gambling and ruin their lives are victims of natural selection. I feel zero empathy to them whatsoever. I don't think that anybody should ever gamble for any reason. I don't
True.
care if it's a lottery ticket. I don't care if it's a scratch-off card. I don't care if it's playing, slots. I don't agree with, and I don't participate in any form of gambling at all, period. I have this is a personal viewpoint. Nobody has to follow my viewpoint. I don't want to make my viewpoint the law. I'm giving you what my opinion is. Like, this is what my opinion is. If I could change the law, I would allow gambling to continue to exist. Because while I think that I have the right to regulate my own life, I don't think that I have the right to regulate your life. And so if you want to gamble, if you choose to gamble, then go ahead and do it. Once again, oh my God. If I was not the most humble
Natural
streamer,
selection.
my ego would be massive. Yeah, man, let's promote porn to an audience of mine as young people. Asmon needs to be right. And this is a person with a profile picture of what is that, a chicken or something? And so, yep, he's not wrong. A lot of people are mad. A lot of people are pissed. Children watch and participate
Yeah.
in esports. This is a retarded ass take. Look at this. Anime profiles mad. Man. I'm feeling pretty cute, huh? Feeling pretty good.
Cute day, ain't it? Shit. Boot it on up, boys. Time to hop on in. Where my pals at? Buddy old pal. Alright. Presenting the Pokemon, a game that we never made. Starring your favorite make Pokemon Off-brand Pikachu, Off-brand Charizard, Off-brand game. And We start that all up with a nice little song. Audio just right. Alright. I gotta get some frog, but forget. Bruh, get in your ball. Why can't I just pin the place I want to go? Like, isn't that a little redundant? Have me just make a marker. The marker doesn't show up. Now we're cooking. You gotta be right here.
What? Yeah.
Bruh. Bro. Meow, that's right. There he is, the old meow. I will sue you, Proud, and make you pay. I thought of this first, and even though I have copied a few other games, of course, let's be honest. I sue you. This is too much like Pokemon on you. You are indeed in trouble. Still idea rules. Magic missile. You like that? How do you like me? 360 no scope me, eh? Don't mind if I do. Just fucking crack. Get him, Pidgeotto! Whirlwind! I'm going to catch you. You're mine. Back in your ball, Pikachu. Or which one ever you were. This Pokemon's mine. This Pokemon is mine. Don't aim that gun at me, soldier. Don't make me catch you. Put you in the slave bomb. That's it. You're going with the slaves. I've had it up to here with you. Going in with the slaves. Sorry. Got 72 of these fuckers left. Don't think I ain't gonna use it. Out of my way. You see me working here? You see, sucker! Oh, I killed him with me Pokeballs to the face. Better run. Bruh. Really? Now I gotta go right here. Next stop, Jamaica, man. Is that a new one? You will be mine. You will all be mine. Better fucking run. I'm zinging fucking balls and everybody's fucking face, right? Class action catch fest. Yo, bro. Into the ball. I said into the ball. Or you will die. You chose death. When they choose death, I don't like it. I hate to get a Pokemon in the natural habitat, but the F is that? What kind of building's this? Howdy doody. Where's my Pidgey at? Yeet. Come on. Catch me. Don't let me fall. Don't let me. Ow. Oh, it's hot out. Yeah.
What?
How to. I will make it though. I'm mad, but thanks. I will make it. Don't worry about me. Come back with heat resistance. Take me back home. Take me to the place I want to go. Now we get it. Ah, yeah. It's dark out. Time for bed. 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 Bed and Pokemon. I think I'm ready to start upgrading again. Got my cement. Okay, what's my mission here? And catching performance, that's good. Everything's filled out. Oh, raid! With the wrong personal trainer. The fuck? They can't do that.
What?
What are they doing? Whatever. Why didn't they take the bridge, bro? past that, mother truckers. Bro, that one's going straight sideways. I just want to see what happens. Read me now, bitch. One big beautiful wall. I used all my fucking shit. Damn it. Something I do have to do. Okay, charcoal? Okay, whatever. Let's get that started. Yeah, I got a key. $60 of the red Pokeballs is fire. They ran right into their death. Alright, let's go kill some bosses. No, I can't do that. I gotta make my egg incubator. Frick. Alright, let's... Oh yeah, I gotta level up. Beautiful. Sounds cool. Powerful defense. Why not? Oh, the fucking crazy sword. Oh, there's the incubator. Weapon assembly, here we go. Take all my CMAT. Gators can go out back. Where do I want the incubator? Right over here, so. Back a little bit. I need to make more cloth. keep them busy. Well, it has to be from my inventory figures. Look at them right off the bat. Alright. High quality hot spring is next. I think I unlocked it too. Lettuce production. Gotta do that for sure. Lettuce, wheat, quality hot springs. I just need more cement. What am I missing for the cement though? That's the pro part. That's a high quality workbench, ain't it? Bone? Where the fuck do I get bone? That's lame. I have 190, I can cancel this. Get my cement back. High quality house. Beautiful. Improved furnace. I need to get that freaking cloth again. Got my cloth. Beautiful. Next. Bro. This ain't even buildable, is it? That's fucking beat. Transporting all that stuff is now going to be a lot easier. There. That's gonna help with both. Okay. Say, what the frick? Deforestation is real out here. Okay, they do nothing. Basically. Make some more food.
This one is from my one and only true love, Princess Peach. Peach.
A lot of pancake.
And with my star, we're gonna rule.
Get a ton of these.
Understand? I'm gonna love you till the very end. Peaches, 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 peaches.
I need to make an enhanced furnace, but I don't think I have that unlocked yet. Refrigerator. I'm not seeing shit. I gotta go back in time. It's mine.
Princess Peach at the end of the line. I'll make you mine. Oh, peaches, 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 peaches. Oh, yeah. Oh, peaches.
I don't see it. Enhanced furnace. Oh, there it is. Level 34. Let's see here. That'll do. Yeah, I need to resupply. Good. Let's set up the base a little better. That's true, I do have other Pokemon I can add in. Okay. level 3. Damn, this guy's crazy. Damn, I think I'm at a level. There we go. I want on my team though. That guy's kind of cool. That guy can't fly. The wolves. Here we go. Now we're eating. Let's see if there's a boss we can go get. Oh, wait, what? They added a whole nother island? Yo. So I gotta make those outfits. Let's gauge this out. Done any of these? Okay, I can do all of them. I can do that guy. I didn't do that guy? We can just run these down real quick. See that these should be hard at all. Especially since, I mean, this is already going to be good. Easy. Great. And I got the Pokeballs. No! Fuck. Why would you kill him? That was fucked up. That was uncalled for. Oh shit. Going for blood off the jump. Fuck you, I'll take you right off the jump. Make me not even try. Get him, Pidgeot. Damn, I didn't think she'd get me. I need to get a gun. You don't like water, do you? Intimidated by my prowess. Damn, bro. There's a lot of shit I gotta hit up. My homeboy, yo. That fucking sucks. Check out my man. Gotta go to this oil rig. Chicken over there was drowning and I just flew by like that. They got turrets and shit. Bro. I caught your Pokemon. F you. Done. Yo, let's go. Died under the pressure. I think my bird Pokemon's better. This guy's a real slacker. Oh, yeah. Get him. This one's level 19. Get his bitch ass. Some raw meat. Fuck is this? I didn't even think that was here a few seconds ago. Mine now. What? That was it? Yo. Get him. Come here. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna run through this. Bro. Why is my bird struggling? Just get him. No way. A Pokemon battle? I want that. I know, pussy. Jeez. I want that.
What?
Pretty insane. Okay, I need these things. It's everything a heck of a lot easier.
What?
Easy win. Get him, Pidgeotto! It is bitches. Alright, time to pull out the water boy. Hey, bubble ball. Is it bubble? Hit him with the bubble. Get his bitch ass. Fuck it. Taking too long. You didn't like that, did ya? He's part grass. Huggy like exterior about to be cooked. Yeah, don't even look at me. Done. Hit him. Fuck is wrong with you? You don't want to leave, do you? Don't even look at me. I'll try and catch your bitch ass real quick. Real motherfucker quick. Got him. Ascendant point. I've ascended. Got fucking Beetlejuice on my side. We hit the small boss. Take a little bit of a break after I get the fast travel as well. Man, there's so many things. Gotta get these. It's very important. Shit. Around and find out. Fucking sniping these fuckers. Where'd it go? Weren't we just fighting some Pokemon? Nope, they're mine now, pussy lip. Speed running this shit. Means we're in a bloody rush, Mike. For no boil. No BS today, boys. I have yet to ever have a gun in this game. I do want to, when I get back on this, I need to make a gun. I've had a gun, I've only had the crossbow. Rightfully so, it's holding its own, but I'm just not ready for what's next. Unless I upgrade my weaponry. But I feel like I need to wait and get a lot more, you know, the good materials. Oh, look at this. Oh, I can make a base here. heck is that? Bruh. They were just there. Don't F with me now. Unless that was my own Pokemon I tried to catch. Alright, but your Pokemon's mine now, brother. Right off the side of the face. You cook, you hear me cook. I'm a little more effective. Detection? Is that these guys? Damn it. Yo, bruh. Make me catch all you fucking people. Crit. I need a better catch rate. This ain't gonna do. Gotta be it. Fatal kill. My bird's dead? You gotta be kidding me, my... Here we go, aggressive. We gotta go right back to base. Fuck that. Be down a bird. One more level, and then get my thing right. These guys are hungry. I can make 6 of these, so fuck it. I just got crude oil. Guess I already know that. Sub. All right. Everything seems to finish. Keep this running while I take a little break so then build inventory. Now. And at least come back and do something, right? Probably do that mission. A few things here. Gotta take advantage of some fun shit.
Back again.
Check out the Djibouti show for a little bit.
Oh.
Fuck around and find out with my boys.
We got some classics picked out. We're gonna take you back to the past. Play some games.
Moderately shitty games. But
Hey.
they don't suck ass.
Some of them might though.
I love,
Some of them could
you know,
suck
I
ass.
love classic
Some of them are
games,
great
too.
games. Okay.
The best game.
Amazing. Amazing.
I'll tell you, the first game we're playing is amazing.
Amazing.
One of my favorites of all time.
You know
What
what
is
else is
it?
amazing, Lou?
Tell
We
me.
showed off some early designs for merch plans coming soon. We're revamping all of our merch. And you know what else is amazing? That you made a 3D thing of
This
it.
one?
It's pretty sweet. I want to show it off. So,
Let
chat,
me plug it in.
you guys watched yesterday's stream. I was showing off some designs for where we're going with the merch. And I showed off this little 3D J that Louis made because we're going with a J logo. We're going to do some merch plans with this. Little tasteful, minimal merch plans. But Louis went ahead and he made a big boy. I got to zoom out. Hold on, I'll zoom out.
I gotta.
Just a
the
J
adhesive on
though?
These LED strips are fucking ass.
The brightness
I don't
of
like
it's throwing
it.
off the entire
It
screen.
needs to say
Yeah, right.
Djibouti.
He made a little one. Now you got
No one's gonna know what the
you got that
fuck
big one. He made a
it
stand.
is.
Dude, that's gonna be
stands up.
sick. If we
Good
do,
job,
like,
dude.
We do like charity events and stuff. It'd be cool to give away some J logos. Here. Oh, because the
Nah,
LED's so crazy.
that's
on that
kinda
thing?
cool
I
at the
need to
same
fix some
time.
adhesive on it 'cause it's
But I want the
It's just too
full
bright.
Djibouti logo.
It do look good though. Wow. And you put a little stand on it. It's really sick, Lou. Hey, turn it off. Let me just.
Because here's the thing: who the fuck is gonna know what that even
Put a little
is?
Stand on it. This is sick. I know I'm onto something good when Louis starts 3D printing stuff, and I didn't even ask for it.
Oh yeah.
I know I'm onto something.
Good job, Lou.
Make it say Djibouti, bro.
Continue your glorious
I
work
think it's
on
gonna
your
be
amazing
good
product.
though.
When can we buy? When can we buy? Soon. We're gonna set up the store real soon. I appreciate everyone's feedback yesterday. It was really cool to see people into that. The plans for the merch. Very excited.
I like the sharing the design process with the community. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the hats up probably first. I think I'll be able to get hats up real quick. 'Cause people love them dad hats. I even got one for Lou.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
believe you found a hat
the
myself.
beanies and everything.
It'll be here soon.
They're
It's
good.
2 hats sewn together.
Stitched together.
Where'd you find somebody to do that?
I had to search high and low all across
A very desperate
Southern
person did this.
California. I had to look everywhere. Well, we're starting off with what are we starting with, Papo? What do you have for us? What's on the menu?
Hydro Thunder.
Hydro Thunder.
One of the best games of all time.
Let's get it on. Hell yeah.
It was either this or play Death Stranding 2.
Hydro
Appreciate
Thunder.
y'all. Appreciate you,
Hydro
early
Thunder.
birds. I'm here for Death Stranding 2. Where is it? Why aren't they playing Death Stranding 2?
So I'll explain to you the lore of Death Stranding 2. Okay, so you're this guy named Sam, right? And
Don't spoil it.
and
what? And go ahead.
and then he's walking, right? He had a baby. But the baby's not there anymore, so he's walking. And he's in Mexico.
Okay, here. You tell me how much you guys really want to watch us play this right here. Hold on, guys. Just let it play. Don't say nothing, okay? I want the people to decide. You really want us to play this? Just let it be how it would be. Is this what you want, chat? What you want? Well, guess what? This is Death Stranding 1. It's not even Death Stranding 2. How many of you did I just fool? This is the first game. This isn't even number 2. Hell yeah. They're all saying yes. How many people did I get, though, for real? Did you guys even think? You saw me type Death Stranding 1.
I saw it at the top. And I was like, oh, I know what he's doing.
Yeah, I knew what the bit was, but I was.
Hydro Thunder! Jesus!
It's a little loud.
Should be good now. If it was in 240p, how am I supposed to tell? Yeah.
Lost Island!
Should do play all of 1, then 2.
Midway!
Man, I was just getting into it.
Let me get caught up here. Emilia, Deep Clover, O-Rod, Jake Credible, Dr. Beta, Pasta Bishkich in the house. Duel dropped a massive, huge super chat. Good God, I don't know how that slipped through the cracks. He says, I'm on days off, and I've always wanted to dono to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Y'all bring smiles and laughter to too many people. This is my YouTube account, by the way. Duel.
Cool.
Cool.
Cheers, Duel.
Much appreciated,
Thank you,
man.
Duel.
That's very generous, dude.
Good gourd, Duel. That's massive, man. Thank you so much, dude. And cheers. We're just happy you're here hanging out, having a good time.
Much
Thank you
appreciated,
for
dude.
being a friend.
And
I love the
Nefty,
dithering on these effects.
Blue Saddle with the gifted, Donka with the gifties, Skullman, Chili Poo. Appreciate you guys.
So Louis decided to play this game.
Hit the boost pops.
How do you hit boost?
I think it's trigger, one of them.
I'm getting triggered.
This game has no music?
Nah, you don't need it.
How does this game not have music?
You play your own music.
Hey, boost. Can we play the Ridge
that's
Racer
Boost.
song?
Oh, so much better with music.
I just said that. I was like, this would be so good with music. I'm like, wait, I hear music. Oh, it's that fucking beep song in the loft. You got me. Happy 56th month, fellas.
You can boost into other boats too and destroy them.
Yo, why is the pontoon boat faster than me?
Because you suck. You didn't get all the boosts.
These people are going really fast.
Is that Purilla? Oh, someone hit him.
You had to listen to the music of the arcade you were currently standing in when you played this. Time extended.
No, you want to hit that. You want to hit that.
I didn't know, and
no,
lava's bad
you
usually.
Have to fully treads.
You didn't say anything.
Ha!
You're playing Louis' game right now.
You hit that, it makes you do like a bunch of flips and stuff.
Kalima.
A golden Kappa train level 2. What is that?
Golden Kappa?
What is that? What did AO Shrimp just do? What did you do with those 5 gifted?
AO Shrimp, what did you do?
Also, Chili Poodle, I hear you. He's like, I don't care what you guys say. I love Death Stranding, and I also still love you guys.
Hey, that's
I wish I liked it. I wish I did.
I think
I've said before, I just wish I saw what you guys see in that game.
Dog hair in my mouth.
So, like, people that like Death Stranding, they understand why people don't like Death Stranding, though, right?
It's a chill type, strand type game.
Like, you understand why people don't like it, though.
I wish I did. I wish I was also having fun. Come, sir, Mrs. Wow, first place.
Pop come.
Britsky, tickle my beard. Lulu, what up, guys?
Pops, I believe in you.
Stop talking about good games. Death Stranding boring. I'd rather watch you guys play it than Night Rain.
Arctic Circle.
That's a lie, and you know it.
Your boat.
Don't lie to me. We were just talking about how we wish there was more Night Rain.
Oh, dude, I'd play Night Rain right now if it wasn't.
I wish there was more, man.
You guys want to do solo runs?
Oh, I wish there was more. I was kind of sad we beat that new boss first try.
We crushed it.
It was such a cool feeling, but at the same time, I'm like, now there's no more to play. We beat it all.
Yeah.
Made me sad.
I wouldn't know that feeling.
You could join us, Lou.
No. I'll just hold you back.
Nah, you got this, dude.
You just got to get 40 hours in. You missed out on the 40 hours.
That game's sick, though. I had a lot of fun when we played it.
Oh, so fun.
That was probably the most hours I got and enjoyment out of $40 I've gotten in a game.
True, for $40, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, I probably put more time in Balatro and Hades compared for like dollar for dollar. But Night Rain had a special feeling of like playing a type of game that I've solely missed.
Yeah. And it's not enough. It's just not enough. GG, what up, dude? What up, buddy? What's going on in this game?
Dude, this game's sick. That's what I'm telling you.
Your character's initials really are cum, aren't they?
Hit the boost. You got full boost.
Dude's out here yodeling when he nuts. See that new Street Fighter stuff? I saw that Street Fighter is putting every character in a bikini.
What? Even Ken?
Ken's wearing like some hipster skin tight leather stuff. I didn't really care for it, but they went full goon on all the Street Fighter chicks are just naked pretty much.
Oh, what's the cami skin look like?
A fucking bikini that's so tight you see the tan lines around her vagina.
Wait, what? You can tan that?
I thought it was insane. Like, usually they let the modders do that, but they like joined in on the goon sesh.
Do you think someone's like downloads folder got like leaked?
I think they saw how many people download the mods of the nude bikini mods, and they're like, if we put $5 on that, how much would we make? And then they went crazy.
Yo, the Emma Frost bikini tan lines in Rivals?
It is kind of refreshing to see a company like Capcom just be like, fuck it, we're going Gooner mode.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, no company wants to do that for some reason.
But you know what the only excuse it needs to be, fellas? The summer costumes. Because then it's like, no, it's not weird. They're at the beach.
Yeah.
The beach is an excuse for everybody to pretty much get naked.
God.
Hydro Thunder.
Choose your track.
Let's go to the park.
This is the cami skin for you pops.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, you can really see that butt gina, huh?
Whoa!
What's the point of a belt?
Pretty wild. Pretty wild that they're just doing that.
Yo, and she got her feet out.
They're just gooning it out.
Oh, you can really see the
I think I'm
tan
gonna play
line.
Street Fighter 6 again.
Yeah, they really want to drive their sales up.
Holy, what about mine?
Oh, they can't do that one.
Oh my.
That one they can't do. They're like, guys, can't do that.
Oh
wild.
my.
Chun-Li's kind of crazy too, huh? Why is that guy upside down? How's the
'Cause you
races
hit him.
going, Pops? How are the races
I'm really
going?
locked in. I'm taking all of my Mario Kart World Tour knockout wins, and I'm applying it to Hydro Thunder for the new esport of the new generation. Like
See, you gotta hit your opponents with the boost. It's
but I
very
hit them
important.
in front of me.
Yeah, but they crash. See?
Oh, so
Gotta
you
play.
really like to ram their ass, huh?
Yeah, you can juggle their ass like
That guy got fucked
Like
up.
Tekken?
yeah, it's pretty sick.
Why is that one empty? What?
Well, there is music. It's
I think
just
you
so
got
quiet.
some of the boosts.
It's
Because this
like-
one's a multi.
The music's like Medal of Honor music.
Yeah, it's way underneath the mix of the sound effects.
So the problem with the ones where there's multiple laps on a single map is you have to learn when to get each boost.
You have to learn.
Yeah,
Yes.
GG, it's crazy. Sagat looked pretty sweet. Capcom, they didn't show off any like RE9 stuff though, right? They just kind of recapped everything.
Ow.
They recapcomed. Play some dad games from PS1. If you guys got recommendations, we're all ears.
You tell me this isn't a dad game?
This is a boomer game for sure.
This
Louis
is
likes
for
it.
sure a dad game. I prefer the arcade H2 Overdrive, but this is very close.
It was a worthless showcase today.
It's just
And
boomers yapping. Huh?
They're just showing off skins. It's like, all right. They
Got
kind of
third.
just
Getting better.
You're
Getting better.
getting better. Just getting better.
Oh, is there any codes or anything? Oh, is it playing codes?
Unlock
I don't
all
know.
boats.
Come.
You ever play Fear Effect? Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Did we
Parasite Eve, but more anime somehow.
If we did, it was probably really fleeting.
Yeah, I'd
Bat
switch
Cat.
to the next game or something.
You want to do next?
Who we do next?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I forgot how like knowledge of the map base this game is.
Let's check it out, chat. Here's what's on the docket today. Let me show you what we got here, huh? All right, last time we checked out these bad boys. This time, go ahead and mark this one off. Yeah.
Hydro Thunder.
What do you give that, Lou, on a grade?
Oh, it's a 10 out of 10. But
Louis
you
is
just
an
have to
A.
know how to. You just have to know.
Gonna check out Tron Bond, Galaxy
It's a
Fight.
lot of trial and error of that game, learning the map and where all the boosts are and when
Oh,
to
yeah.
grab them and how much boost you need to use in certain areas. It's a lot
In
of
the,
that.
in the world where we could play Mario Kart, though,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think Hydro Thunder's not doing too good these days.
But H2 Overdrive, we could play that.
Good.
Trust me.
Yo, PC Dave the Gifted. My dude. PC Tech 53, you know what it is. Kile Dodson. Those things for the laugh, fellas, and also thank you, Paul. Bingo Bango drops 5. Tomb Raider sounds. Jesus. Loch Ness. What up, dude? Happy
How you
Thursday.
doing?
I was just thinking about you, dude. How you doing, man?
Christian. Loved
Trees.
Sarge Heroes. Weren't we talking about that?
Yes, I would.
Yes, we were.
Sarge
for
Hero.
4th of July. We're trying to make
Sarge's Heroes.
That's a good segue for games for 4th of July or videos. I love the hot dog documentary. I love the burger documentary. If you
Even
guys
though
have any of
they-
that stuff, drop in the Discord.
No. But yeah, the Green Army Men type games will be good for 4th of July. It'll be good time.
Nothing more American than little plastic Chinese toys.
True. Shitting on
Hell
that.
yeah, brother.
Burger Town. Aether. Kyle, thank you guys for the subscription. Next up, Brownie Bounty?
I've never played
I've
this.
never played it.
One of the more expensive PlayStation 1 games.
It's pretty rare, yeah.
Did it break?
Small Soldiers game. We were just looking at that.
Yeah, I was just.
I think it did die, huh?
It might have crashed.
Can it not run Tron Bon? I know it's
Maybe.
an elusive, expensive video
Maybe.
game.
Sometimes another go and just get it to work. Sometimes it'd be that way.
Samuel, nothing more patriotic than watching firework parties gone wrong.
That's true.
Might take us off YouTube. We do that though.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna work. On to the next one.
Oh, right.
Galaxy
Really?
Fight.
It didn't like any of the cores either, huh?
This one's set up for perfection.
Ooh.
The next one was Galaxy.
Galaxy Fight.
Yep.
Galaxy Gas.
There
What
it
was
is.
my word? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Europe, huh?
Hey.
European.
European.
Shout out.
Love weird
Europe.
fighting games.
No, European.
Duck Station.
Thank you, Paul.
Swan Station.
Swan. Swans.
I
and
mean,
duck.
legit hardware. Up-res.
We're running this on the PSX.
Bio Alone. Super Chat. Primal Rage. Had it on Genesis, but it's actually on PS1.
Yeah, I have it. Do I like Primal Rage?
Nope.
Is that the fighting game where you could fart? It was like
Yep.
a giant
Yeah.
gorilla.
Yep.
Oh, this looks sick.
Whoa.
What is this?
Oh, yeah, brother.
Galaxy Fight! Galaxy Fight!
Galaxy Gas.
That's so cool.
This is like the
Right.
most video game.
This is awesome. What the fuck? You know this one?
Galaxy Fight!
1P mode. Yo. Whoa. Ooh. That bass.
Beep. Is that like a? It sounds like a fucking smoke detector that has no battery.
Rolf. Let's be Rolf. Ralph. Planet Air Ass. Look at that fucking bass. Kramer comes in. Fucking dancing.
Jerry, I said some stuff that people don't find very appealing.
Cause
Is that robotic Gospel Kramer?
Kramer!
Galaxy Fight Kramer. Please wait. Rolf. Chop you into pieces.
Chop your pee-pee.
Round one. Fight.
What the fuck are these voices?
Sick.
La blah blah blah. Oh, this is tough. She loud.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this guy's insane.
Chop you to pieces.
Fuck you. Oh crap. That's taunt.
He taunted on him.
You don't wait. This isn't as cool as the intro. This is sick.
Yo, I don't know about that.
Tell that lady to shut up.
Wow, he's ruining the song.
Chop you into pieces.
The sprite works pretty sweet.
Fuck.
What a combo. 15 elbows.
Chop into pieces.
Elevator. You, a hero, perfectly absurd.
God, what a dick.
Jeez.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
The music. I'm gonna have a
I want to
fucking
try. I want to try. I
seizure.
want to try. I'll fuck this up.
Well, you can handle the second player or play 2-player.
Yeah?
Because the computer's insane.
Game over. Rolf chooses you.
Wow.
He's pointing right at you. Versus. It's the best part of the game. Is this
It
song.
might be Justin's controller.
Oh. Who are you gonna pick, Lou?
I don't know. I'll be the big lizard guy.
You gonna be Big Green?
Oh.
Big
Yo, Big
Green.
I don't think I can pick.
Any luck? We might have to restart.
We'll go.
Try it.
We'll see what happens.
It's circle for confirm.
Japanese game, you know, Lou.
But maybe it's a controller you registered.
They call it confirm and cross. Confirm circle.
That's also, you know, Super Nintendo style as well.
Oh, A and B.
A is cancel. B was select. Oh, Lou's getting it.
Louis in there?
No.
Oh, the other controller.
That's not you? Then who the fuck? Oh,
That's me.
sorry.
No work.
I need to reseat it.
What the hell's that sound?
Get ready to take lift off.
Bing, bing. Whoa. What's that? Wow, look at that animation.
Jesus. Just full on
See the whole gooch.
turducken flopping out. Do you want me to restart?
Yeah,
my
Like
video?
a roasted chicken.
I'll let you press your button.
Cancel it? No, double it? Yeah.
I always thought it was so kinky how Costco ties their little chicken legs together when they give you the rotisserie chicken.
They know what
like
they're
that
doing.
BDSM chicken.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Like, oh, yeah.
Just heard.
I remember one time when I was younger, I like accidentally almost ate that like rubber band that they hold together.
Playing around with it with your tongue.
No, I was like, I didn't know it was there. And I was like, I took a bite and there was like a piece of it still in the chicken.
Ooh.
Oh.
I was like, "Ah, what the hell is this?
I knew you were a freak. Louis tongue in that chicken hole.
My germ.
Tying
I
a
don't know
knot.
what this
Imagine
party's
that.
about, I'm thinking anyway.
Tying a knot with his fucking tongue.
Alright. Now I'll just single player.
Certified freak with my rotisserie chicken.
Dude, Scary Movie 2 is such a fucked up movie. I still think about that every time it's Thanksgiving. Banging that chicken or that turkey.
Fuck.
Just,
Jeez.
just like, fuck. Ever since then, I never really liked turkey that much.
What's that song?
I don't blame you.
Fire free. Option.
Let's just try it. See if it shows up. Anything? On
No.
Louis? D-pad? Circle?
Nada.
BRB screen?
When Liza Peep? Maybe Monday, Tuesday. Probably hit it up. I don't know about finish it. I don't know how long it was. I got what, 2 bosses
Like,
down?
go back to port settings, Pops. Make sure multi-tap's turned off.
Oh, might be one of those games.
Yeah, turn it off completely.
Think?
Yeah.
I'll try it.
That might fix it.
What emulator? Retro Swan Station. Retro Arc.
Try it. Louis?
I didn't get to do anything.
Let me restart it.
There's a lot left. All right, I'm gonna take my time with that Liza P. It ain't going nowhere.
That Liza P.
I'm gonna take my sweet ass time. I want to enjoy it. Then every week, Night Rain's gonna make us hop back in on what, every Thursday?
Get our run back every Thursday or Wednesday nights.
It's only certain days?
They're doing a weekly cycle through the bosses.
Every week.
Oh, okay.
It's a strange way to keep people coming back, but
But I heard when they do their DLC, I think a couple new character and boss. But I didn't mean to do that. Press start.
Yeah, Hey, one of them's working.
Someone's working.
It was the
I'm
multi-tap.
in.
The multi-tap
Good job,
was the
Lou.
issue.
Cool.
Yeah, whoa, what happened? Oh,
I think
my
we're
bad,
both
my
selecting it.
bad.
We're good. We're good.
Okay, I'm
My
looking
bad.
at this.
Jay
And
Busy
there's
says,
the
I hope
Crash
Pops had a happy
trilogy.
birthday. Do you guys have Bushido Blade?
I do.
We are going to check out Bushido Blade.
I have it.
Loading. What did we do back in the day with all this loading? We just sit there and like
Yep.
think?
We just accepted our fate.
Yeah.
We just sit there and stare?
Gear's so sick.
Did we just stare at the like art and just go,
Dude, the
I
worst
can't
loading was
wait.
NBA Street Volume 2. It was so long.
man, that chick is just all leather and ass. Bondaged like a rotisserie chicken.
Oh boy. Big fire. Yo, I like the people in the foreground.
Oh yeah, foreground folks. Will there be Minecraft for Louis' birthday? I don't know what Louis wants to do. What do you want to do?
I'm thinking about it.
Still putting some thought. It'll be July 5th for Louis' birthday. Didn't you say you had some ideas what you might
Nice.
want to do for your B-Day, Lou?
I was thinking like some retro stuff, but I don't know what to play, so I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
Anything
I have
you
Super
wanna-
Nintendos too.
Anything you want to play, brother?
Round 2, fight.
I know you're all about that Battlefront these days.
I do love Battlefront.
You want front? It's playing the PlayStation 1 drums on my left ear right now.
That fire is so cheap.
It is hot too. Her butt's big, huh?
Like that homeless guy
It's
right there
every-
throwing his hand up. Let's fucking go.
Eat it, boy.
How do you guys like the camera zooming in and out?
It's very Fatal Fury or Art
Yeah,
Fighting.
yeah, it reminds me of Neo Geo.
Damn.
Kind of cool looking.
That was pretty cool.
That run. You guys ever play Star Wars fighting game?
It's all right.
Yeah, we played it several times.
Terrascasi. Whoa. Whoa. Throws up a butt flex on you.
Wow.
Who's that lady over there?
Shaking her titties, huh?
This is fucking old babushka fucking throwing it down.
Throw that babushka back, boy.
What the fuck was that?
Get wrecked. Starmiss, thank you for the
So
sub.
I
Ace
just
Trainer.
purchased
It's all right.
Spyro.
I missed you with the 5 gift.
So when we
And
get
the
back,
sub.
we're gonna
Thank
be
you.
doing the trilogy.
Elliot said, "Oh, gee, how do we miss you guys?" Yo, big super chat from Elliot. It says, "Always awesome watching you guys. Have a great stream."
The
Semper
GG.
Hey, get it, brother.
Semper fucking Fi.
Semper Fi!
Hope they remake them all. Nah, 3
Is
was
that
the
RoboCop
best.
getting sexy back there?
Let's be
Sexy
honest.
RoboCop?
Just throwing up that
And
one leg.
Piccolo, you see that?
What?
Wait, back up, Lou.
Me and Piccolo are dancing.
Right there, right above Justin.
Oh, this is Piccolo,
Piccolo.
right here. He just needs the little things.
Mm-hmm.
5, 4.
Try to time scam me, you motherfucker!
Run!
See what's going on quick
Look at that
with
old
my
lady busting it
base.
down right there.
I fucking had him, you fucking time scammed me!
You see Piccolo?
It's cool, this game's cool.
It's a little bit like
It's pretty slow, yeah.
sluggish,
Yeah.
but the graphics.
Is this the end?
You get a
Yes.
grab
And
on
stronger
some
and more
gear.
beautiful, you know.
To a lizard? Wow. Way to weaponize your sexuality, huh?
I also picked a giant. Oh, Dennis Rodman.
I want to be get it done. Oops, sorry. I did the
Yeah.
thing with the X button. Get it done. Is that his name? Kazuma. Rumi. Take me to planet Namek. Dennis
Done.
Rodman.
Planet Get Her Done.
At least play the music through the loading screen. Would have been nice.
They can't do that, Dustin.
Games never do that?
When it load, it's
Some
fast.
did. Swear to God,
Back
some
then.
did. But now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of them would go mute. on the load screen.
It would load faster. They
Even Half-Life 2 would go mute during the load screen.
I gotta make massive ammo.
Wow, she's fast.
Oh, Justin's character.
Whoa, this is so floaty and slow.
Your guy's animation's kind
Yeah,
of
this
crazy.
is sick.
Where am
Dennis
I
Rodman
on,
about to fuck this anime
weapon?
girl up.
They're like bunny titties, huh?
Yeah, that's
You're
weird.
gonna have shit for a while. I could take in the
What the
revolver.
fuck? Triangle's a taunt?
Yeah.
But I really
What a
want
weird
a
kick.
revolver,
Standing
though.
neutral kick, he just falls and throws a kick. Knees.
Cool, cool, cool. Look at her standing animation.
Don't let him time scam you, Just.
Fuck
Don't
it.
do it. He did it to me.
Yeah, not to worry about building
that's
ammo
awesome.
yet. Watch
Jesus.
that.
Wow, her.
That is the cheapest
Cool.
move ever.
She is insane.
Dennis Rodman.
I can
jumped to an
ride
anime,
that,
kind of like
that dude.
Michael Jordan had the Looney Tunes, but Dennis Rodman went to anime.
It was like knockoff Miyazaki Studio Ghibli ass shit in the background.
It's the AI slot that he was fearing.
Like Secret of Mana stuff over there. Oh my god.
She's insane.
He's got like some Dalsim shit.
Got the slide. He does have Dalsim moves.
He's a little stretchy.
Compound buff.
I stretch a little bit.
Crossbow.
She's
Yeah,
busted.
crossbow.
Jesus, man. Covers so much ground.
She's so much faster than every character we've seen so far.
Oh.
Wait, what's this?
You want some?
What the fuck does he want some?
Whoa, she has dive?
Processing.
What's busted?
There's that water coming out of me. What is this water?
What is
that's-
that actually?
I think that's cocaine. I don't know.
Like, he does like an armpit bump and then coke comes out?
Let me get hit by it?
You want some? You want some? You want some?
Chat, what is he doing? Elbow dust? Pit sweat. What is that? Now he's sick.
Alright, one more.
That was a weird ass game.
All right.
I want to be the robot.
You finished already? Let's play some more.
I've heard that.
Whoa! Oh, wow. I'm not even done finishing. I'll be robot.
Ooh,
I'm
pick
be Alvin.
Alvin.
Shit one. Oh, god damn it.
God damn it. Musafar.
Yeah, I might fly faster. Yeah.
Rosales?
It doesn't usually happen like this, anime girl. Usually I can play a lot more than this.
I can fix her.
Loading. You and your friends would just stare at the wall.
So how about them Yankees, huh? They're doing really good in the 90s.
The basketball team?
Round one. Fight.
Castlevania has music.
Do more pixel art? Dude, I love doing pixel art.
Yo, he's literally Sentinel.
I'll probably do some pixel art for merch stuff.
That'd be cool.
Yo, Mercury, what up, dude?
He was crazy.
More software bot.
Ah.
Is
Yo.
this a real game? This is AI. This level is insane. The sands of time.
Oof. Jeez, Louis a god at this.
Is it Hadoukens and shit?
Yeah, it's Street Fighter inputs. But it's very floaty and has like a weird kind of like animation frames.
Who says a charge character also half circle forward?
Oh, that's why I'm not doing half the stuff right. Ah, yeah, you're right.
Oh no.
He knows the meta now,
See, we can do
boys.
some, bison ass shit, huh?
People want a Lou T real bad. They like that one doodle I did of your side profile, though. You remember that? It's on the sketch artist.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I still like the idea of a picture of Louis, and he's got spice in his hand. I still want that shirt. Damn!
Jeez, Lou!
Criminal activity.
Okay, that doesn't do anything.
Damn.
That's literally Sentinel's move. Oh, fudge.
Rocket punch. Rocket punch. Rocket punch.
God damn.
We literally went to his level with all the lightning and shit.
Does Alvin have horns?
I don't know. It's just picks.
That's totally the sound of the airplane when the captain wants to talk.
Yeah.
Put your seatbelt on?
Yeah.
Everybody, we're coming in real hot to Seattle.
What do you think of my sorcery? Shall we fight again? What do you think
Looks
about
like Tetsuo or whatever. Fucking.
Is that all the characters?
I think
so. Yeah, we played all of them.
Let me try Rodman one more time. I didn't do like any of his moves.
Okay.
I was just so confused by his armpit sweat.
I'll be Gunter.
Fokker.
Fokker, either.
You motherfucker.
It's pronounced Fakir.
See, he drops a huge super chat. He says,
Holy.
I will reinstall Lords of the Fallen and speedrun Djibouti through all 3 endings. Just say the goddamn word. All the weapons rock.
Let's go.
This game's got a lot of them.
Shouts to the redheads.
Thank
Lord
you,
of the
dude.
Fallen was like the Souls-like, right?
Souls-like.
It had like true seamless co-op.
Oh yeah, I
You
was just
died.
looking at that.
Just do not press triangle.
Is it like Shoryus and shit? DPs?
You might be a charge character.
Huh. It's all air stuff. It just falls down whenever he wants to.
You can do a charge and then a half circle
Oh,
forward.
charge fire's crazy.
Mostly air specials. Okay. Yeah, he dives. Just dives and gets hit. Ah, it's just
The better
shitty knee thing's
Pokemon,
the only thing
man.
coming out. There we go.
Oh, you can roll like in Fatal Fury.
Dive kick. Dive kick. Whoa.
Damn.
Damn.
I was just getting started.
Damn.
I feel like the time is
Damn.
this game too for how slow it is.
Yeah.
Damn.
So what does it start with? 30 seconds? 60? You know what? It's so quick.
Are they underwater?
Oh, you can back jump off a dash. Uh-oh.
You want some?
Do you want some?
With some of these.
Yo, I'm doing
big
Hadoukens
boy.
in the air and nothing's really. I just got this dive.
Double tap to dash, by the way.
I'm gonna fall on you.
You're doing big ass damage with that.
I'm gonna fucking fall on you, you big lizard.
Oh,
That was sick.
That was actually kind of dope.
Damn, I guess I better be on my way.
Damn.
Freeze frame.
It's cool,
Damn.
like jumped over you and dropped off some Hadouken on your head.
Wow. I totally whiffed.
Chunky sounds.
I really like the dragon guy. I feel like he's pretty dope.
His sprite's really cool looking.
Yeah.
A good shadowing on the Gunter.
Drop. Oh,
I last so long.
Oh shit.
Want some?
Oh,
Yeah, I think you have to dash jump attack with him. It gives you like a better
Bitch,
angle.
Nice.
You want that? Oh, so close. He just fucking ragdolled your ass.
that guy plays so weird.
Game's
My
sick.
dino.
Game's cool. Looks cool.
It looks really cool. Probably was better in arcade though.
Probably.
Yeah.
You pretty strong. We fight again.
Yo, this Power World PAL's pretty sick.
Pretty sick.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Power World.
Let's go ahead and knock that one off on the list, chat.
You guys watching cool TV lately?
Cool TV.
Or, you know,
I need
movies.
to finish it.
The next mission.
I want to watch that too. I haven't seen it yet.
I started it, and I'm like the last 2 episodes.
I haven't seen shit lately, dude. I literally woke up, researched the merch stuff more, and then we're live again. It's just like Groundhog Day. What about you, Lou?
I got sucked into a hole, dude.
What hole?
What sucked you?
I don't know if you've seen the Fish Tank.
No.
So it's a reality TV show, but it's not a TV show. It's an internet show, and it's really offensive. So if you're easily offended, do not watch it. But basically, they put a bunch of mentally unstable people in a house together and make them live there for like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And they just fuck with each other to try to make each other go crazy to leave the house. And
So
the
it's-
last person in the house wins.
Mental illness?
Dude, it is the most insane reality show I've ever watched.
Cool. I gotta check it out. What did you say it was called?
It's called Fish Tank.
Fish Tank.
It's on website, but I think they have episodes on YouTube as well.
Or Gods?
Sure, yeah.
We're going weird fighting game block right now, chat.
But yeah, I only watched the edited episodes because I don't want to watch just live streams of people in a house.
Oh, it's like Big Brother.
Yeah, but like even more Big Brother than Big Brother.
More
like
big.
you watching poop and stuff?
You can, yeah, but it's like blurred out in certain parts of the
Is it like
bathroom.
a kickstream?
Dude, it's worse.
Worse?
Yeah, it's like worse.
Ow.
Yeah, it's really wild, bro. But I've only watched season 2, and it was really good. But I highly recommend the edited episodes over actually watching the streams.
How did
but
you
apparently
find this?
they had because I kept seeing advertisements on Instagram, and Bam Margera was on there this week.
Freaking Bam.
And also Ricky Berwick was on there. Airsoft Fatty.
Oh, so it's a lolcow show.
Yeah. Kinda. Yeah. But
And you can
dude,
see him poop and stuff?
yeah, I guess.
Cool.
It's pretty wild. I never watched the live stream though. I
All
only
right,
watched
chat.
the pre-recorded episode.
I will catch you later. I'm gonna get some food and I'll be back on here in a little bit. Hope you guys have a good one. Take her easy. Have a good night. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. You know that shit real helps me out. And I'll be back in a little bit after some dinner. And you guys take care. Peace.